Hello, everyone, and welcome to this evening's episode of Tabletop Role-Playing Theater, our gathering of some of the best and finest across the tabletop community come together to play a variety of tabletop role-playing games. I feel like if I said tabletop anymore, I'm going to be sponsoring somebody. We're not, except ourselves. Welcome back. For those of you that have missed us for the last 2 weeks, I am Beth. I am the Dungeon Mistress for the Land of Dark Dreams campaign setting on 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Gathered around me are the cast to whom which you are probably familiar with at this point. We have missed all of you, and I think they have missed us just as much, everybody. Are you all excited? I know I am. You get to do all lots of fun stuff. As far as announcements are concerned, we are down for a little while. We have one of our players left the game to go pursue other interests. We wish Ian the best, but Kevin has departed. As far as announcements goes, I'm going to check with God. Do we have any other announcements we need to talk about, God? Nope. God says we're all good. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. You guys have anything for us?
Nope.
No? Then I think it is time for us to begin A Land of Dark Dreams. Welcome back. So, where we last left off. It has been 1 year since the fate of the Adanian Vale was decided by an adventuring group called Misfortune. In a climactic battle against the might of the Red Hand, your strength, courage, and ingenuity overwhelmed the ceaseless tide that threatened to once consume the peaceful Vale. Then you struck back into the very heart of evil itself in delivering the death blow to their leader, Azarkul. In that battle, you recovered one of the most precious and powerful artifacts ever produced, a wellspring. Using its magic, you were able to refit your new airship, the Dawn Runner, and fly it back to Crimsonwich for repairs. In that year, they have worked to rebuild the city, your ship, and themselves. Some of you took time to visit old friends, learn new skills, and forge yourselves into an even greater company than you were when this all started. Kevin, in search of his own destiny, has departed from Misfortune and will carry on his adventures elsewhere. However, in that time, the Silent Dark has not been inactive. Knowledge gleaned from the final moments in the Wellspring Chamber alerted you, to all of you, that they have returned. Whispers loom on the horizon of an impending threat, and the dire warning left behind from Celia Larenth prior to her departure remains steadfast in the minds of all of you. Go to Marcera and stop whatever machinations the Silent Dark are preparing before it was too late. To that end, You have all been summoned to Crimsonwich Keep for final farewells with Lord Jarmath and his entourage. And as you sit at a banqueting table surrounded by friends and family, Lord Jarmath will stand up and rise, kind of tink, 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 tinking a glass, and the whole room goes quiet. My friends, my citizens, misfortune. We are forever indebted to you. This past year has been hard, but we have overcome the challenges of both evil and worse. The Red Hand is dead and trampled. The last remnants destroyed. The walls are strong, and the city is being rebuilt. We have all of you to thank, and he will gesture to all of you seated at one side of a great table. It is beyond my power to elevate you to nobility. Some of you already are. But most I can offer you is my gratitude and the treasures that you have been given. And know that if you need the aid of Crimsonwich, it will be granted to you as best as we can. And he will bow his head towards all of you, and the entire room just starts applauding, all of you. Some of them even standing up and cheering. You hear your names called out as misfortune, misfortune. And as the room settles down, eyes fall on all of you. So, misfortune, what would you like to do?
Cor would take a bow, of course. Perhaps play a melodic little tune out of her chest piece. And, yeah, just basically bask in the revelry.
There is much revelry.
Yes.
Rowan would probably lean to 23. He's like, I've always kind of pictured having people, chant for me and call me a hero and stuff. It's like, it's kind of a bit much when it's in your face. I think I'm more of a statue guy.
Yes, well, I'm pretty much a statue, to be honest. So
You're not a statue. You're a person.
I understand that better than anyone. Trust me. But still, it's like, there's the revelry, the drinks, but it's kind of hard to do that when you can't drink or eat. So it's.
So you get to remember everything.
Hmm?
So you get to remember it all.
Yes, I suppose.
I'd probably be over there.
He takes a shot.
I'd probably be over talking to Cerulean, just like, so he said elevated to nobility. What exactly does that do? What, like, and I'll look at Renard too. He's like, what's special about nobility exactly?
Well, technically, being a noble means you have an official title. In most places, being a noble also entitles you a parcel of land.
And more responsibilities.
Yes.
That sounds dreadful.
Yeah, it depends, really. I haven't had any issues, but then again, I haven't been too ingrained with the family for a little bit. I've been traveling.
It's not like being a noble just makes you rich and gives you power.
But aren't you rich and have power?
I mean, now.
In a way, but it's not just being given the noble title does not make you that way.
Even if you get a noble titles, most times you still have to work for it.
Indeed.
Fair enough. I didn't interact with that much in Marseille myself.
Brenner's just saying this entire time, just taking food off his plate and handing it up to Tamari on his shoulder.
She will, little whiff of fire, just cook something, and
Has she grown at this point? Is she still the same
in the
size?
year, unfortunately, pseudo dragons do not get especially large. She's
Okay.
the size of a house cat, essentially.
She's still just a cat.
I so want her to be like the size of a small dog perched on Renard.
That reminds me. That actually does remind me, Renard. If we're heading to Marseille soon, he takes like a swig from his. He's just drinking water right now. I've only met your brother. What about the rest of your family? How should I, talk to them? Just
Don't.
Just don't.
Just don't. In fact, the entire time we're in Marcera, the longer we can avoid my family, the better.
Nope, that's fair.
Your brother's delightful. Why not?
There's a reason that he is one of the ones who left home.
I won't pry. I just thought since we're gonna be there, just in case we run into them.
Oh, I guarantee you, eventually we're going to. It's just I would rather put that off as long as possible.
That's fair.
As we all know, rumors travel faster than truth, and I imagine they'll know that we're going to be there before we even arrive.
It's true.
To which Bertram, sitting next to Renar, will lean in. Yeah, they already know.
And he's gonna turn his head. So was it you that told them, or was it somebody else?
Look, I can only do so much to quell rumors. That you guys have an airship is a kind of a big deal.
He's got a point there, actually.
That's
I
fair.
can only hide that thing so much.
He's gonna look up to Tamari. I can trust you to keep a secret, right?
Well, in any case, I'll just be polite, at least. I always am anyway, so.
In the moment when we finally meet them, yes, being polite and on your best behavior is a minimum. And you notice that as he's saying that, he looks at Tempest.
I'm just gonna look horribly offended and be like, I'm always on my best behavior.
Really? This is your best behavior? I would hate to see you act out.
Perhaps I can coach Tempest a little bit on how to act around people of nobility.
I would appreciate that immensely.
I have gotten much better in the last year, thank you. It's only you guys I'm assholes to.
I've actually helped him a little bit. He should at least know the basics.
I've only offended one person while we're here tonight.
That's still no. You don't offend anyone.
I didn't mean to. It just happened. That's better than my usual, though.
You can just imagine if Core had the capability, her chest would light up with "don't," a picture of a B, a letter A, and then an eggplant.
In any case, with my people, just be nice. They may have titles and everything, but they're kind people. They're not gonna look at you and like judge you by how you look or anything like that. They're decent people.
That's good. So they don't hate new people. Great.
Is there anything else we should be looking out for in our time in Marcera? I mean, you're from there, Tempest. I know Roman spent some time there before he became his more eclectic self.
That's a good point. Are we gonna have to worry about anyone from your group, Tempest?
I highly doubt it. It's been a year at this point? No, it's definitely not. It's definitely fine by now. Beth, question for the DM. In my notes for the year, I asked if I could figure out what was going on in Marcera. Do I know? Okay, didn't find out. So I'm just hopeful at this point. Don't make an insight check.
Meant to ask, and Bertram, Lord John Math was asking about Vrath Keep and what y'all intended to do with it. I know you've got the deed, but
I have a dump. Perhaps we can sell it.
We hadn't managed to come to a decision about that yet. As of now, cleaning it up would be nice, but we haven't made a full decision. We don't know if we're going to sell it. We don't know if eventually we might want to come back to the Adanian Vale and build it back up.
I'll let you all hold on to it. I'll let them know you're going to keep it then.
Wonderful little guild keep.
And just let me know if any more goblins or hobgoblins come back up there. We'll do our best to make sure that doesn't stay that way.
Now, there was a troop of ogres a couple weeks ago, but that was dealt with.
Actually, that's a good question. Besides the ogres, have you seen any roaming hobgoblins ever since?
No, they've gone back up into the mountains.
That's good, at least.
At least what's left of them.
And no spotting of Celia on any of these excursions, correct?
I'm afraid not.
I'm sure she's fine, Core. Hopefully.
Well, we did kind of leave her in a horrible place while she stopped a tide of evil.
Well, if you remember, Kevin did say that she did buy some time, and if she's as powerful as you say, I'm sure she's somewhere out there.
I feel like I've let her down in a way.
You've not let anyone down.
I feel like you've made her proud.
She made a choice. She knew exactly what she was deciding.
Indeed, but that doesn't mean I can't help her if we find out where she is.
No, of course. If we find out where she is, I have no qualms for going to assist her.
We will definitely keep an ear out.
Okay, we'll make sure to do what we can.
Okay. The minutes and hours will pass by from this banquet, and as food and drink are had by most of you, the evening will wrap up, and Lord Jarmath will stand again. I had two more things crafted for you as a measure of our thanks. And he will gesture towards Alondri, who will flutter her wings out and mutter an incantation of word of recall as two items pop into existence. One of which is a bag of holding.
Yay!
The other of which looks like a pair of gauntlets. These are gifts from me to you. A bag of holding and the gauntlets of ogre power. And they will float over towards the table and just get settled down in front of you.
I immediately look over to 23 to see what he's doing.
What do those do? I will gesture towards Renard.
Does Reynard know what they do off the top of his head?
They make you swole.
He will tell. They do exactly what you think they do. 23. They give you the might of an ogre.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I fought an ogre and defeated many ogres, so...
Well, it's more of ogres are incredibly muscular creatures. They have greater strength and out of character. If your strength score is lower than 19, it sets it to 19.
Yeah, I know they do out of character. I know what they do.
23 doesn't know.
23 is magically inept.
Well, I have to admit, after my modifications to my frame, I have been having trouble lifting. I don't know if I can grow muscles, but if they work on me, perhaps that would be beneficial.
Core has a strength score of 6.
It's not.
Oh my god!
Well, it's not muscle growth. It's just magical enhancement. And as much as I would love to be a muscular individual, and he just kind of looks at you deadpan like he'd made a joke, but has no idea how to make the face recognition. Sure. One of us could hold on to the bag, and Reynard will walk over. It's going to reach over and pick it up. But I'm sure these will be of immense use. Thank you, Lord Jarmath. Lord, thank you, Alondri, as well, of course.
Of course.
Thank you, indeed.
And she will go back to sitting like a cat, just...
I was kind of hoping for a statue, but power gauntlets and those are nice, I guess. But
Maybe Core can punch a statue into being.
Well, I could try.
It's called chiseling, I believe.
With her fists.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no need to decide on who should get those now, but I definitely want to put my name in the hat for them.
I will definitely fine with you having those. It'd be nice having someone else that can actually looks at everyone besides Renard and kind of, if a Warforged could wink at Renard, lift something. Literally anything.
You would be surprised how heavy some of the books at the conservatory get.
You have told me I have seen you lift some books. You've got quite a set of guns on you there, Renard. Anyways,
Just imagine Renard's work of curling books. Just.
Yeah, just reading.
Page 1, page 2.
Hey, I can lift
He's doing
my
upside down pull-ups, like hanging from a ceiling, like with a book, just like this.
Yeah, I put that I was doing some strength training over this time. I don't know if I look any better for it, but I'll be like, I can lift things.
Yeah, and Roman will materialize his great sword and just like push it up like he's lifting something, but it weighs like nothing for him. Like, remember how heavy the sword was? 23. Look at, I can do it one-handed.
yes.
Low key, if I put those on, I will be the most swole bard.
You'll
Muscle
actually be the
bard.
strongest. You'll also be the strongest member of Misfortune because I don't think 23 strength is 19.
No.
Oh, jeez.
The bard has the highest strength score.
I don't even
What
know what
even
this life
is this
is.
game? Well, she is a Valor Bard, so
I am supposed to be not weak.
And out of character, 23 isn't, though he is strong, he is not strength focused. He is focused on taking a shit ton of hits.
Mm-hmm.
He's athletic.
Yeah, I'd only need it if I was trying to use heavy armor after I got proficiency. Maybe.
are you guys going to give it to Core?
Yeah, I'm thinking
It
it.
seems
Yeah.
to be the
Sounds-
communal effort, yes.
Yeah.
All right, course. Don't do anything to your character sheet, and
Does anyone have a particular interest in holding on to the bag of holding? And I will remind you that it has been our classic, whoever holds the bag of holding is responsible for party loot.
I die too much.
Fair statement.
I will do inventory.
All right, 23 can take the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
got no problem with that. If
not
that's the case,
inaccurate.
if that's the case, I do want to put some. I'll do that after long rest.
I trust both Connor and 23.
All right. And as you all depart from the banquet, stepping out into the brisk autumn air of another day passed by, what would you like to do?
I will follow while I go break up my cats killing each other.
Renard is going to help himself to one last drink of. His preference would be honeyed wine, that's what Renard's preference is.
Mead.
Yep, it's classic.
So it really takes a little bit to enjoy the weather too.
We should enjoy it while it lasts. When we move down to Marcera, it's going to be a lot more temperate.
Yeah, I know. I think this is my favorite time of year, but you know, we can't all stay like we can't. The weather can't stay like this forever, unfortunately.
Contrary to popular belief, Marcera is actually not temperate, despite being farther south.
That it's like the equivalent of being farther south, but you're still at the tail end of Canada.
More like Arizona.
That's pretty fucking hot.
Part of it's are hot, parts of it get a shit ton of snow.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Mountains are things. Was Sartarian at the banquet?
He was.
Could I have pulled him aside after we
Oh,
left?
hello, my friend.
It is good to see you.
And you as well. Tink,
So-
tink, tink.
Yes, tink tink.
God.
How long do you think our little project is going to take? Because I think we plan on leaving soon.
A little while, I'm afraid.
All right. Well,
I could come with you.
Well, the merrier.
I see no reason why you couldn't. I'm sure everyone would love to have someone who is magically inept as you, or not inept, not magically adept as you are.
He stares at you. What?
I'm sorry, my words. I'm still working on my words.
I didn't know 23 knew cutting words.
Renaud has been.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to work on your airship.
We would love to have you on board.
I do charge 3 gold a day.
3 gold a day.
I love it's a little less, but it's worth it.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Crew member.
Yeah.
Sartarian the Magnificent.
Oh, it's Skies of Arcadia. I love it.
Stop comparing me to a JRPG.
I will
It's a good game.
definitely front that for you. I think our work is important, so.
As do I. And it just so happens there's a free workshop on the ship. So, that'll work. All right.
I'll slide over to Cerulean like, was I nice enough? Was that good? Like that?
You didn't insult one person unintentionally, but
Oh,
you
that's-
still insulted someone.
I met with Sartarian.
Oh, Sartarian?
Roman's just in the background, just.
I like Cerulean kind of like side eyes Roman and again like doesn't like nod, but his eyes do go like up and down like real quick, like in agreement, real quick, and then he looks back. He's like, "You still need to, you talk before you think a lot of the time, and you really need to reverse that.
Got it.
You're doing good. You're doing a lot better than you did before, but we're going now to a place to where if you insult the wrong person, you
and they
know,
kill you.
Yeah, well, they don't kill you, but depending on where you're from, they'll probably kill you. But with the circle that we're gonna probably be in for a little bit, they will definitely have thoughts about you.
They'll kill me.
Again, that's not how it works, but just assume, I guess, that people will kill you. But they won't, because most people there are nice. Most.
Tempest, didn't you spend some time around temples and holy people during this year?
Yes.
So don't you see how they talk to people and people that are looking for guidance and whatnot? Just you don't have to learn how to do it. Just mimic it.
I've been trying. I did a few weddings over the summer.
You did?
Yes.
How did I not know this?
Well, did you know the couple?
No.
Well, there you go.
You didn't invite us to the wedding so we could crash it?
Why would you? No. What? We don't crash a ceremony, Roman.
It's
Seriously.
not literally crashing. It's just you get to come. You're still celebrating the marriage. There's no rules against it.
But you would. Never mind. This is why I didn't. Cerulean, this is why I didn't tell you, because then he'd have learned.
I'm good with keeping. Okay.
Look, he's very good at finding things out.
That's true. You do have ears everywhere, Roman. I don't know how you learn these things.
Pull the sword out and Inari is always watching. I'm just let it go.
That was a little creepy, wasn't it?
Funnily enough, nah, not really.
Really? Okay, fine.
Well, I mean, no.
Sure.
But no, I think you'll do good in Marcera. Just remember, think before you speak. Please, for me.
Maybe I'll just let you all talk.
I mean,
Probably not a bad idea. To which Bertram will then walk up to Bernard.
Bertrand, that was a private conversation. I've been nice to you.
Well, you hold it privately, but loudly.
Wonder how I figure things
Dang
out.
it!
did you enjoy your night, Bertram?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Mind if I, you kind of tug Renard.
Not a problem.
Apparently, Renard is being tugged away.
Listen, you do me a favor when you're down in Marcera.
Certainly depends on the favor.
There's this girl. What?
There's this girl, huh?
There's this girl, and I look kind of left in a bit of a tough.
You did it.
Look, she may still be a little pissed, but if you ever come across a really vibrant purple tiefling named Lapis, let me know. And say hi to her for me. So you get the feel of how pissed off she is.
Renard just takes a long look to look at him. If you wanted to come with us, you could.
As
I
in,
know
trancing as the
Prince
thought of going to go visit mom and dad are, I'm a pass.
See, Core's not involved in this conversation, but if she were, she'd be like, this sounds like a good way to get yourself punched, Reinhardt. Don't say hello for your brother at all.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just saying, you should act accordingly. You are a leader of Crimson Witch now, but the city still needs you, I imagine. But, we could use you on the ship, and we all have to go home eventually. Plus, we could certainly use someone to wrangle the crew that we've hired for it.
Give me a night to think about it.
Sure.
You're still going to go talk to her first, right?
I will make sure that your current whereabouts are not known, but that she misses you immensely. Oh, sorry, reverse that. You miss her immensely.
Got it. You pause like, wait, what? Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Sure. Let's try out the new persuasion, guys.
Let's see how my training went. Come on.
That's an 18.
You're muted for it, but yeah.
I'm whispering. I apologize. That was an 18.
He'll pause. Give me a night to think about it. And I gotta talk to. I can't just go up and go. You know?
Well, if you can't leave, you can't leave. I'm not going to steal you away from Lord Jarmath, but if he's fine leaving you be, then we could use you as well. Otherwise, if you have anyone you could recommend to help take care of the sailors on our ship, we could use somebody who's a little more authoritative. Job pays well. 2 gold, 3 gold a day.
I know a couple sergeants who might be able to help out, but I'll think about it.
Keep us in mind. That was not his voice. Keep us in mind.
And he will pat you on the back and give you. He's actually going to lean in, give you a hug.
Aw.
Renard kind of gives him like the
Aw.
one-handed like pat on the back hug. Like he doesn't go into the full hug.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss you.
Awkward.
It's been a good time spending time with you.
Mm-hmm. You know, if I go back home, it's going to be a shitstorm with Dad, right?
What do you think is going to happen when I go back home? I'm not running from it.
Look, I don't get much mail from him, but it's rough down there with him. Last I heard, and this is the mail that I get to Lord Jarmath, Evelyn's out of the picture as far as the estate is concerned. She's written off.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Jacques kind of in the doghouse too. For different reasons, I guess.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're telling me something's going on.
I guess I'll have to be looking into it when I get down there.
Yeah. Look, they know you're coming. Marcera knows you're. You should speak up. Marcera knows y'all are coming.
Doesn't surprise me.
They don't know when to expect you other than to know that you're on the way. And I have a sneaking suspicion that once this ship takes off, a message is going to get sent.
Yeah, no, normally if someone's from Marcera and they're not Marcera, word still gets around somehow.
Yeah.
Hi, Cerulean. When did you join the conversation?
Well,
he
he's
says-
speaking up. Yeah, he's speaking up at this point.
Track me away. So let's walk back now. Let's finish our conversation next to the group.
Well, yeah,
You're
I'd
fine.
love to hear about family matters.
Yes, Cerulean was like respectful distance, but when Bertram like spoke up, he voiced like this, been on that, but he's not listening.
It's fine. We'll do what we can, and I'm sure it can't be too different. Marcera's still Marcera, after all.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
City could never change in 1,000 years. But I'll tell him you're okay. I won't tell him much more than that, but that you're doing well and you're... Whether or not it's his approved style, you're making good on the family name.
Mm-hmm.
No, you'll get a mail eventually.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go rack out.
Sure.
He'll walk off.
Well, I think this is our last night in Crimson Witch, everyone. Does anyone have anything else that they really want to do?
I might go talk to Lord Jarmuth. Knowing where exactly to send any letters to him might be good to know as well.
When you do, could you apologize that I'm not going to be around to help him much more? I mean, I've been doing what I can for Crimson Witch, and he may miss me, and I'm really bad at goodbyes.
As you back up to Lord Jarmath, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was nice having Reynard as the exchequer. Seems to run in the family. But if you send mail to me, I will receive it.
Just make sure it's from any one of us or just misfortune.
Misfortune probably will get here.
That can be done. He'll actually step forward and extend a hand out. Thank you again for your hospitality and for everything that you helped with us.
He will his purple cloak and shake your hand. Thank you, Mr. Autumn Hall. Hope your family is well.
I'm sure they are. They haven't heard from them in a little while, but I'm sure they'll be okay.
That is a hand. All right. So,
I'll make sure to send them your regards.
of course. I don't think I've ever met your father.
He's a kind man.
Oh, good. I knew your grandfather a long time ago. Barely briefly, anyway. Met him at a state dinner.
He kind of laughs a little bit. He'll say, "How was that?"
He's an eccentric old man, but he was a good man.
He tends to be that way.
Anyway, I have work. And he will sit down. All right. Is there anything else you all wish to do before the night ends?
I would go to the church and just kind of say goodbye to anyone I've met and talked to her the last year.
Tredora, Golden Brow mostly. She is there. I will miss your eccentric attitude.
Well, thank you, and I will miss your wonderfulness. I'm terrible at goodbyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Will you watch
Wow.
over the town while I'm gone?
of course. Do me a favor, though. Please stop trying to call on your god to solve your problems.
I have gotten the sense from the last year that that's not a common practice.
It's not. They really don't. They're meant to provide guidance and a helping hand, but asking them for every single thing, I wouldn't recommend that.
It's this whole new adoption thing, you don't really know how it works. You get over eager. I've gotten a little bit better.
Sure.
I like to think that she knows that I'm listening for her when it's important. But I don't need to have her solve all my problems. I'll solve them my own. I'll solve them on my own.
Okay. And so, any but the rest of you.
Rowan would probably wait for everyone to get back to the ship and be like, well, guys, one last thing we have to do before we go is my little gift to the ship. We have to decide on a password. He'll gesture to the large safe that he bought and put in the armory/vault room.
So you see this about a 2x2 lead-lined silver or steel encased safe bolted to the floor.
Figure we need something to put stuff in that we didn't want to go anywhere. And so I already paid up the gold to get it locked. I just figured we should all know the password.
Wouldn't it be safer just to have everything in the bag of holding?
The bag of holding can only carry so much.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
Now that this is arcane locked, then there's no way anyone can get in.
What about arugula?
Oh, that's hard to say.
What is arugula?
It's a type of lettuce. Nobody ever eats it.
I've never heard of it.
Because no one can pronounce it.
Who's? Who should I
That's
go
a good
with?
password.
To be fair, yes.
I don't remember it even now.
It is rugula.
No,
Arugula.
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 Oh,
There we go.
arugula.
It's close enough.
Arugula? Is that how you say it?
Oh, arugula.
Arugula.
Yes, the word is very irregular.
Your
fine with that.
literary allegations are starting to annoy me.
Coral, that is a wonderful idea. I don't think of anyone else that would be better suited to come up with a password other than you.
It's certainly not a word that someone says at random either, so...
Correct.
There
Unless,
we go.
but we do have to have a policy that can be absolutely no arugula lettuce allowed on.
Yes. So what if you're at some of the galley? Somebody says, "Hey, pass the arugula." All the
It's never going to happen. People are gonna be like, pass the lettuce. Like,
No one says pass the arugula.
Also, joke as it is, you actually have to be within 5 feet of the door to say it to get that to open. So they'd have to be standing next to the safe and scream that out. It's like, hey, did you get the arugula for my sandwich?
Blah.
Weird.
Click, click.
The
What?
safe just opened.
It just popped right open. Look at all this money.
Somewhere out there, someone actually has an arcane lock safe just full of arugula.
oh my god.
If that's the word we want, then that's the word I consent.
Excellent.
Works for me.
I love it.
It's a very different word that no one will ever use. I've got no issue with it.
Yeah, I've practiced a bit on the safe. She's a little hard to crack, and I feel the lock will kind of make it more so.
Works for me.
Renard will cast Arcane Lock and set the safe of misfortune to password arugula. I hope you all remember that, because if it comes back in 20 episodes and nobody has a note of what the password of that safe is, we can never open it again.
I will never forget, because this is actually kind of a running joke in my games. So
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
guess
better
right.
than other ones. So.
The BBEG is just a large arugula piece of lettuce.
No, my weakness, vegetables.
All right. And so the evening will pass, and as the crow cries over a still cool morning, you all are gathered on the bow of the Dawn Runner, preparing for a several days worth of journey from Crimson Witch to what's your destination?
Oh, Sarah.
Are we going there first? Because
Oh, you're right. Did we want to stop by Bailwick and speak with Nikolai?
yeah, it was a two-parter there. I was going to ask about, because one, we should probably talk to Nikolai, since how Silent Dark seems like his wheelhouse. And two, didn't someone pay us to go up there and deal with all this? I feel like if we just passed them by, that might be an issue.
Well, they
Lady
wanted the wealth.
Anastasia wanted the wellspring either returned to them for a fee or destroyed. Neither of which we can really fulfill, considering.
And if we go in on an airship, he's going, and she sees, she's gonna start asking questions.
It does not
Hawkeye
entitle
said-
her to take it, but
Just figured I'd at least bring it up so it was fresh on the brain that there's someone there that is expecting news, probably, of what's going on with the wellspring.
at the very least, we do need to go there and receive our payment for. Because she did offer to pay. I want to say, someone will have to check their notes here. Because she was also an individual who offered to pay us for clearing up the trade routes to the Edanian Vale.
All right, we've got 10,000 of captured Wellspring, 15,000 to bring it back to Bailiwick.
And mercantile activity stuff needing avail, 2,500 per adventure reward.
Yep, I got that too.
So 2,500 per for clearing up the hobgoblins.
Yeah, per adventure.
Per adventure, so all together,
Says-
that's like 11,500.
I don't know how they'd rate Core considering she wasn't there originally.
Well, Core's gone, but Core's here, but Kevin's gone. So it's
True.
the same people.
there may be haggling, but
Yes.
ultimately, Core isn't going to care if she gets paid for this or
Cool.
not.
Just pretend you're Kevin.
Oh. No, I look totally different from Kevin.
That's true.
Yeah, not only that, she's got dragon armor on her.
That's true. It'll
It's
never work.
fine.
Yeah, just be you, Gore.
Honestly,
I
I wasn't
will.
expected to get
Yeah.
paid for this anyways.
Well,
All right.
I say
Bailiwick
we get a
first?
good night's rest and off to Bailiwick in the morning.
Oh,
this
it's
is the
the
morning.
following morning. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is the following morning? Well, if we were going to do that, then Reynard was going to spend his spare spell slots charging up to our maximum capacity, just so we were ready to go.
Okay.
I'll help if you need any, but you're probably fine.
Yeah, if you need,
I don't think I could get us up to 48 total, but I can get us up to at least 24 hours.
Or
It
would
was
add some as well.
6.
You're adding all your spell slots in the evening?
Yeah,
Okay.
just so that we're guaranteed it's up to its maximum capacity.
I think between all of you, you can gas it up to full.
Yeah, just gas it up to full. That's what we're doing.
All right. So the trip to Bailiwick is approximately 672 miles. We'll round that up to 680. That's about 4.5 days.
Not bad. Much faster than a month.
All right. And departing in the morning. Core, would you like to take us out?
Oh yes. Core will go to the helm, set her hands kind of on the newly refurbished Dawn Runner, and gradually ascend up into the sky before giving Crimson Witch like a blaze of the engines, like so that they're not hurt or anything, right? Like, it's a ways away from the city, but it is an amazing sight as the ship just takes off. And
with a great, the engines of around the four sides of the ship glow with a faint purple light that levitates the Dawnrunner up, and as Core throttles forward, there is a lurch as everything engages. Shields up or down?
shields are down.
Shields are down. All right.
Does
And
that
it-
affect like wind if the shields are down?
No.
Okay.
No. It's protection and visibility.
Mhm.
All right. Lurching up into the sky, you ascend higher and higher until, in a scant few minutes, Crimson Witch disappears beneath the clouds. The sky is blue, but the clouds beneath you indicate an overcast below. You are not able to see the ground especially well, except in small intermittent bits. You have 4.5 days. What are we going to be doing with them?
That is a good question.
Also, I'm sorry. Backing up. Bertram is there.
Oh,
Ah!
right. I forgot about that.
Sertarian is there. Sorry. How many crew members did you officially hire?
I put my suggestion in for 10 hirelings, 10 sailors at 10 silver a day.
Fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds reasonable to me.
All right.
So did Bertram actually come along?
Bertram's with you. Yep.
Nice.
I actually convinced him to come along. I never thought that'd work in 1,000 years.
There you go.
Cerulean in his mind is just clapping. He's like, I'm so proud.
Nor is surprised too. He's not used to this.
Look at that persuasion. Look at him go.
I have to make a token for Sertarian, but I have one for Bertram.
Also, why did I just forget? Oh, Lake. You did allow Cerulean to look at that one ritual, right? Phantom Steed?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Make it sure before I
If you wanted, yeah, because if you wanted to do that in Tiny Hut during the downtime, I'd imagine you just did that all at once.
Yeah, so I just gotta take the gold out. That's the reason I asked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The ship is able to fly on its own, more or less. It will continue in the same direction until otherwise noted. So, as you all gather in the war room, what will you be doing for the day?
Well, I imagine since we've spent the past year in downtime, there's really not a whole lot else for us to do or spend time on, or at least right now for Renard. So
Okay.
he's probably up on deck, just letting Tamari get a chance to stretch her wings again because it's been a while since she's been able to fly on this.
Oh, and she's zipping along, kind of following behind and catching up and then going past. The deckhands work efficiently, carrying about their business. Also, gifted to the ship prior to its departure are 3 ballistas.
Ooh.
You
Oh,
now
God.
have them. Yes, a port, a starboard, and a forward. All right.
I'm assuming the hirelings we hired are sufficient in also loading those and aiming those.
They can be.
Just clarifying.
All right. Yeah. If you guys want them to, they will be able to. They also can do other things around the ship if you want them to. So we will put them about the ship. Sorry, I'm organizing them. You do not let them in the wellspring chamber, correct?
They do
No.
not have access to it. No.
That's
Okay.
locked.
Oh, also, who wants the extra scroll of Revivify?
I should probably take it. I think I'm the only one who can really use it.
You and Cerulean are the only ones who can use it, and you are the only one who can use it without a spell check.
Yeah, so I would say Tempest.
All right.
Couldn't Core use it?
I don't think bards get access to Revivify. They might.
I don't know, actually. Let me check. Let's check his spells
They
anyway.
do not.
No, they don't. Yeah. No.
It's just me.
Also, who's holding our group loot? Because I'm going to dump some money on you.
That was
That will
Connors.
be 23.
That's
23.
me. Just message me whatever you want to add. I'm currently monitoring figuring out the inventory for the bag of holding and also for the vaults as well.
I will say you can go ahead and take the whip out of there because the whip Core has.
I got that out already.
Because I'm looking at party loot right now and I still see the whip in there.
Yep, I've got a spreadsheet on Excel that I'm working on.
Oh, you're using a spreadsheet. We don't have access to it anymore. Okay.
I approve of
Yep.
that, actually. That's a better place for it.
So, in general, where would your characters hang out as they're loitering on the ship?
I'd probably hang out with Cora. I assume she's driving the entire time.
Cora's
Pretty
on
much,
the.
yeah.
So imagine the ship is kind of a pyramid. First, if you're looking at it from a side angle, first level across, second level a little bit higher, third level, and fourth level being where the helm is. Core and Tempest are at the helm.
Okay.
How about Cerulean? Where are you? Where would Cerulean hang out the most?
Let me see. I want to just look at. Honestly, he'd probably get to know a few of the crew members, and if he's not there, he'd probably be in his room most times with the door open, just reading, unless anyone wants to come talk to him.
Cerulean is in his room. Sorry, I'm moving you guys about on a map.
I was like, why are you moving us on the map?
Well, as Renard stated, what the rooms that we actually live in are on the bottom deck, right?
Second level.
Second level. So he would be on the second level outside, actually out on the open deck on the front.
Renard would be? Okay.
Yes, just whatever level is the same
Yep.
level with the rooms. 'Cause
Yep.
he basically just walk out the front onto the deck,
Bertram is with you.
as well as Tamari.
How about how about 23?
23 is terrified of the outside, and he is going to be either in his room or working with Soterian in the lab.
Oh, that's what we need to do a bit for 23. Magnetic shoes, so he wouldn't fall off the boat.
I forgot you were afraid of heights.
No, he's not afraid of heights. He's afraid of extreme heights.
This would.
It's not the
Yeah.
height; it's the falling.
Sorry, 23's afraid of falling.
And not
From
getting up.
extreme heights. Yes, and not getting up. Very specific fear.
It's true. He can fly. He just can't. He can't be in a flying thing.
All right. And where is Roman?
Is there a deck that has a good view, like off the back of the boat?
There is the war room. You can actually see outside the back. You can also be at the helm at the back. You're just looking over the back. Stern.
Yeah, he'd probably be up at the helm then. Big fan of looking
Okay.
off the back.
Aw, you're up here with us.
Moving you guys about accordingly. On the afternoon, as Lake vanishes,
He cast invisibility.
He casts darkness.
on the Lake's back.
That's light.
On the afternoon of the second day, a bright light of the sun looming overhead, the cool air subsided by the bubble that surrounds the ship. It's a very peaceful day. And as you all are looking about, I would like Reynard, Core, Tempest, and Roman to make perception checks. Just looking about as you're running another day.
I'm great at these.
Oh, come on. Character sheet,
Actually,
come up.
I forgot. I'm
Ah,
actually
my rolls
solid.
continue to be excellent.
Oh, don't even talk to me. Let's see what mine is.
Core stares at the wheel. I'm flying a ship.
Core's in the zone, focused on flying.
Yeah.
But Roman, as you're peering up, you see a bird. Really high up. Like, really high up. And it looks like a normal-sized bird. And it's getting... Slowly, it's descending. And you can notice that as it gets lower, it gets larger. And larger. And larger. To the point that as it descends to about 100 feet above you all, its wingspan from tip to tip is probably as long as the Dawn Runner is.
We don't need another fucking dragon right now.
Rock.
It is feathered, large, and covered in a deep crimson-like color. This is a rock. And it lets out a screech into the air. And I'm now going to move you all onto a map. A map that is going to appear a little different to most of you. Lake and Tempest have seen something similar to it before in the Avernus maps. So, the way this works, as I can explain it, hopefully... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to make it so that Curtis can see everything. Stand by, Curtis. No, Curtis.
1 second, God.
Curtis should be able to see everything. You can?
God.
Okay. So, most of you are currently on the top deck. Some of you are lower on the bottom deck. However, if you want to ascend, there are ladder wells throughout the ship, or if you exit to the exterior, let me know. I have to move you to another section of the map. The bottom half of the map, you all should be able to see. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
the Dawn Runner. That is the token that simulates the Dawn Runner. This is mostly for Core to move as she determines what course of action she wants to take with it. Are we all kind of understanding how it works?
Mhm.
All right. Then allow me to, as this begins, a bell rings out as the guard screams. Bertram looks up, Rock! And I'd like you all to please roll for initiative.
Dun dun dun. First fight.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will.
Hey!
Oh, cool. This is. Did you change the way we look at things?
Yes.
I did notice this. I thought it was really cool.
Why is OBS Curtis on all of these?
That's because Curtis has access to our tokens for our vision.
Ah, okay.
All right.
I am going to use my ambush ability, my maneuver,
Why are you not on the initiative?
because I haven't rolled yet. I'm letting you know I'm using ambush.
Okay.
I'm using that.
Is it not your turn?
This is when he rolls initiative.
Oh, when you make it. Oh. Okay. I'm
sorry,
sorry.
I got very confused. I was like,
New,
huh?
new Battle Master stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Wow.
That's
Everybody really wanting to get in this, and Renard is still the slowest. Good job, Renard.
Good job, Renard.
Something's never changed.
Roll
I have a
for the guards.
23.2, so I'll
They
add
roll-
that in here.
The guards act on a single initiative, and we're going to add Bertram in there.
Oh. Okay.
All right, 23. In your room, you
Uh,
hear a. What?
Why am I at the bottom? I'm 23.2.
You shouldn't be.
I already said,
Oh.
yeah.
I never said it. Okay, Tempest.
Yeah.
The alarm bell rings out. So,
Nice.
scaling is different. You're going to have to measure it on the bottom
Okay.
to know feet and distances.
So basically, just count your squares.
If you're moving around on the ship, count your squares. If you're maneuvering the ship or judging something to shoot at from the ship, you actually can use the ruler.
Got it. Got it. Okay. This is actually outside of my normal range for my longbow. That's new for me. Okay. I'm looking. The ballistas are. Okay, they're all over there, so I'm very far away from those.
They are currently not manned.
I'm gonna start heading that way. Oh, why do I? What's that following me?
That's to let you know it's your turn.
Yes.
The enemy's targeting.
You have aggro.
4, 5, 6. I'm going to start heading toward the ballista. I've got my bow out, and I'm just yelling out. I'm just like, "Get to the ballista now! Arm them!"
Yes, sir.
And
All right.
Can I take a shot at disadvantage, even though I'm yelling that, or is that an action?
It'd be an action to yell, to shoot at the bird, but free action to yell.
Okay. In that case, I will take the regular shots at
Disadvantage shot?
disadvantage. Yep.
Okay. You
23.
fire up a shot. There.
Yes.
I was waiting for it. Actually, I waited for my second shot, and that one's not gonna hit.
Nope, that will not hit. But the 23 will hit.
9 points of piercing damage.
As the rock is tink. You get the impression that your arrow hit it, but this
It doesn't
bird
care.
doesn't give a shit.
Oh yeah, it's far away and it's a tiny arrow. That's why I'm yelling about ballista. I'm done.
All right. 23. You hear the bing, 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 and then throughout the whole ship, battle stations.
I open my door. I walk into the hallway. Oh god, I don't know which way is which.
Down is forward, up is aft.
Okay, I will go this way and open this door. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
You can
That's
see
Cerulean.
Cerulean in his room looking up. Huh?
Wake the fuck up!
He's
25.
he's up. He's just reading a book.
There's a
30.
lateral. All right,
don't
that's
know
you're at
that.
the base of a lateral. It is 10 feet up between decks.
So I'm 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
I will
You
go
have
up 10
40.
feet then.
All right, so now it's another. You're dashing.
Yeah, so I will dash
Okay.
my 40 feet, whatever, an additional 50
You're now
feet up.
at. Yep, that's 40 feet. So, yep. All right, you're at 50 feet. You have used 50 feet. You have 10 feet left.
So,
You have 80 feet of movement.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
82.
Barbarian.
Carry on. You have more movement.
I'll just go all the way to the top deck.
Well, you're over here. You have more movement to use.
Is this the top deck?
Nope.
Nope.
This is the third deck. Top deck is one more, but you have to go outside to get up to it.
Which is this way? Or this way?
Down.
All right, I'm going out here.
All right, I will move
5,
you
10, 15, so 15 more feet of movement.
as you pop out the door. You see Bertram looking like he's grabbing his sword, getting ready for something.
Takes a deep breath and what is it?
He points up.
Oh. That'll be my turn.
All right. Cerulean.
So, question: if I were to open the window, would I get sucked out? This is a very weird question.
No,
But
it's not pressurized cabin.
Okay.
No, you would not get sucked out.
Okay, because I don't normally get to do this. So he's gonna deep breath, Cerulean. You're gonna stick, probably. He's gonna open the window and using his cloak, he's going to run up the side of it.
You're gonna climb out the side up to the top.
Yeah, I got with my
Oh,
Yep.
snap.
All right, I'm double checking angles on something. Okay, you're actually passing between the two engines. So as you, yeah, it's 5, 10. You have to dash to get to the top. Or
that was 10 feet.
each
floor.
level is 10 feet, but you're on floor 2. There's 4 floors. Very top.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll dash, get off to the side, and I'll go meet up with everyone else.
All right, I'll move you over accordingly. As you you pop up, landing right next to one of the damage control stations.
Just gonna look over like, what?
Well, I don't mind heights, but standing on the side of the ship, not a good idea. I'm not gonna do that again. Oh,
Giant
God.
bud.
What? Ah!
All right, Core, your turn. What are we gonna do? You are currently driving the ship.
Yeah,
So
there's a bit of a conflict in the rules. In the actual Dawnrunner sheet, it says it's a reaction to do a juke, and the other part says it is a bonus action to do a juke.
should be a reaction.
Okay, I'll hold on to that then. I am going to catalyze, increase our speed since evasive maneuvers.
All right. So how fast do you want to go?
Oh, I get to pick how fast I can go.
Yeah. So
Full slot.
what spell slot are you consuming?
Let's consume a 2, so that'll give me a plus 20 move.
Yeah. So now you have 100 feet of movement with Dawnrunner. As there's a as the whole engines begin to engage rapidly.
Okay.
You can move your token, the Dawnrunner
Sweet.
token. Excuse me. Make sure you measure. Yeah, 100 feet.
Okay. From the nose, right?
From the tip, yes.
Ooh, that doesn't seem like it's far.
Technically, the distance doesn't change because regardless of where you move it, the square stays in the same spot.
Yes.
How do you do
but
the move and measure?
So while you're moving the token, right-click.
also, keep in mind, Dawnrunner can also dash, disengage, and other things. You have other options you could do. It's movement like yours.
Plus, it might not seem. Go ahead.
And
I
it
may
can also,
dash then.
Okay, it
as
can
well.
also, moving away from somebody else who has attack on you can also engage attacks of opportunity.
And
The
even
rock
though
is not close enough, but yes.
Yeah.
even though it doesn't seem far, like who knows how fast it can go too. Like this might be very far.
Yeah, I think I want to fight this battle with more evasive maneuvers. So if I dash, that's
200
80?
feet of movement. Or
160 plus 20. 180. Okay.
So you have 180 feet of movement. Dawn Runner, you all grip on as the whole thing begins to rattle like a truck going out of gear. It picks up speed. All right. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for my turn. I think that's all I can do because I dashed.
You're driving. Yep,
Yeah.
you're driving. All right. Roman, it is now your turn.
I will move to here, and I guess I'm gonna just use my action to pop out Anari.
Yes, it makes a lightsaber sound effect. Deal with it.
I like
Not
to make,
complaining.
makes a schwa sound, but yeah, that's just gonna kind of put myself there to try and interpose in case this thing comes at core.
Okay. Reynard.
Oh, we're up to me. He is going to give a command to Tamari. Go into the room. Hide. Just, there's no need for her to be in here.
Jewel.
So we move. Hold on. I got to keep switching back from my token to where the rock is. So this is complicated.
Sorry.
So from where I am on the deck, I'm like, yeah, I'm nowhere near in range to cast a spell at this guy. So Reynard is going to use a tried and true. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself. And I think that's really all there is for my turn.
Reynard casts spells at max level now, right? Because he's attuned to the Wellspring, or no?
I'm not attuned to the Wellspring.
Oh, okay.
No one's attuned to the Wellspring because it has to be used in the ship.
Yep. All right. Bertram is going to go man a station, and he is going to man the port side station and ready in action to shoot at the rock. Actually, is the rock inside range of the... I guess I could look at my own thing. The port ballista has a range of 480 at disadvantage, but he is currently out of angle. He is going to hold his action.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think they can aim straight up.
No, well, it's
That's
moving.
behind us.
Yeah, it's behind you as well. All right, it is now the rock's turn. Holy crap.
That's a big old token.
Yes, this is rocks are huge.
Mm.
Alrighty. As this great creature lets out a screech loud enough that you almost kind of reflexively grip your ears, it is going to swoop in at a rate of 120 feet. So it can get to here. And then it is going to dash
Oh shit.
to get almost on top of the Dawn Runner as it begins to come up right behind it and level. It's getting real close to you, Roman. I believe that is its movement. Yep. I'll put it right behind it.
It's
So
like
it's not.
right there.
It's right there. It's almost level with it, and it's raising its claws up like it's going to try to grab it. All right. The guards are going to start moving into action stations. Repair station. This one's going to move to a ballista station. This one's going to move to his ballista station. These ones are going to take their assumed action stations, which are mostly just guarding the top deck for whatever else could be necessary. That concludes round one. Tempest.
I'm just gonna look back. It looks like this thing can outfly, as it looks like, even with the spell slots she used.
Oh yeah, no, we're not outrunning this thing.
Yeah, I assume Course probably got the same idea I do. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna kind of yell out, just like, hard left,
Hard to port!
hard to port, whatever, left, and I'm gonna run back here, also defending core, and I'm gonna take some shots at it. I assume I'm just within normal range from here.
You're within normal range of it, yes.
All right.
Its beak is approximately about 20 feet away from you.
This is where I really wish I'd taken something other than trip attack, because this thing's not falling from the sky.
No.
Yeah, I took ambush and trip attack. Those are my combat maneuvers today. Not super helpful. I'm just gonna shoot. And I'm gonna use a War Priest on this. So one shot. Oof, there's a bad shot.
That's a natural one, yo.
I'm glad I wasn't
Yeah.
anywhere near Roman and Core.
That's how you know we're actually back.
That's how you know. Tempest rolls a natural one. Everything's right with the world. So there's that. Then the next one is a 26, and the third one's a 19.
26 will hit.
Oof. That's a 7.
And the 19 will hit as well.
Oh, good. I was like, oh shit. Just a
So
9, so 16 total.
Tink, tink. This bird does not give a shit.
I figured it didn't, but is at least registering damage, just a little damage?
You see it. Tink, tink.
Okay, so it's not immune, it's just not very effective. Got it. Okay, I'm done.
She's a hearty one. 20.
How tall are these stairs? Is it something I can easily get up, or
10 feet up.
fine? I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Is this thing within like swinging range of Roman?
Not with his sword, no.
Dang it. All right. I will, I'll dash then. Go initial 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And that will be my turn.
All right. Cerulean.
Okay. Let's see. I gotta scroll back up to where I can actually see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to sort of get. Oh, each square is 20 feet. Jeez.
Well, on the lower map, on your map, it's not. On the actual Dawn Runner, count your squares.
Okay, so 10, 5, 10, 15. Actually, no, hold on. Sorry. 5, 10, 15. Sure. I'll try to pop 2 Eldritch Blasts against it. Like, try to prevent it from clawing at us.
Go for it.
First one.
19 will hit.
Second one. No.
11 will not. As it...
Cool. So 8 points of force, and I will back up an additional 15.
All right. Core.
So Core is going to hit the shields.
Unfortunately, as the shield goes up, Tempest and anybody who is going to do ranged attacks can no longer see it.
Figured.
All right. Shield goes up. The AC is raised to 25. You have to go forward of the ship to actually use it. All right.
Okay.
That is your action.
I'm able to move the base as well, right?
Move the base.
Base speed.
Yes.
Okay.
Drop the base.
Like.
She's all about that base. About that base.
Stop.
Okay.
I'll kill you.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to stop moving the ship. I was like, what? Don't tell me to stop. Okay.
Don't stop. Do your thing.
I don't know how you're gonna do turning, but Core would bring the ship about and move. Oh, heart attack. 100.
As you bring the ship about, Bertram is going to release his held attack. With...
It's Bork time.
Bork time.
Bork.
All right, he's going to fire off with the port ballista. 22 will hit. As it connects with the rock for 22 points of damage. Bertram will say, "Ha! Gotcha!" All right. Carry your action, Core. Are you bringing the ship about? You're moving away from it?
Hold on. I got a Borkness going on here. No, I'm basically, because I know we can't outrun it at this point, I'm basically turning it about, raising the shields, and giving people a good angle to shoot from.
Okay. Roman.
Shields are up. Not much I can do right now. I will just run this way. 1, 3, 4, 6 to there. Might as well dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. That'll be it for this turn.
Okay. Reynard. You
Reinhardt.
can still see the creature, and it is close enough.
Yes, as it is swinging around, Reinhardt is just going to look at it and say, I really wish I would have prepared more for this, as he is going to draw out the Staff of Fire and just kind of hold it up, readied, as he is going to tap himself on the chest. He is going to cast Haste on himself. And then after he hastes and as he begins to speed up, I am going to use the bonus action from Haste, the use an object action, to cast Fireball from the Staff of Fire.
Fires off into the air. The rock has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Not a bad roll either.
And he rolled like shit. So he takes that full 31 points of damage as there is a crack of explosion into the air as the rock stumbles, letting out a screech, and you all swear for a moment you smell some Mongolian barbecue.
Delicious.
I think this is going to be fine. As he is also going to, I don't have anything else I can really do. He will look over at this guardsman and say, "You help him load the other cannon." And then I'm going to move back inside and just stand just inside this doorway here, outside of reach, hopefully.
What'd you tell the other one to do?
Sorry, I wasn't doing a joke. He's saying, "Help Merchant load the ballista."
All right.
Because he's no good on that cannon there.
All right. Bertram is going to ready to fire again as he is going to reload. The rock. Gonna move a little bit closer. And it is going to slam its beak, crashing into the side of the Dawn Runner at full power. And I'm going to roll for the rock.
The rock.
Yes. As it slams into the side, core, you can see a beak crack through the shield as it deals 19 points of piercing damage to the Dawn Runner.
Okay, and I have to roll something now, don't I? The mishap.
I do
Did
not
you want to
believe-
try and juke?
I cannot juke while the shield is up.
And it's only for dexterity saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
You to dodge that. I do not believe the mishap score.
Says when the
mishap
airship
threshold is
takes
20.
damage from a single source equal to or greater to the mishap threshold. Oh, okay.
Mishap threshold is 20.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Is the shield still up?
The shield is still up, but there's a big crack in it, as you can see
Okay.
a beak peek through. All right, and its talons are going to try to grip onto it. And the talons will not be able to, as they scrape across the side of the hull of the Dawn Runner, not able to purchase any sort of grip to it.
Do you have any idea how hard that is to clean?
Now, is the shield the whole ship, or is it just parts, like a part?
It's
of the
the top level.
ship? Okay.
It covers the helm to the third deck and below.
Okay.
Basically from
Basically the engines. Between the engine area.
the engine spot. Yep.
Okay. So
All right.
Roman and Renard are outside of it right now.
Yes.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
The guards are going to assist, provide the help action to whom they can. Tempest, your turn.
You said there's a big hole where this thing has poked in.
It's like a beak that cracked through, and you can see a little bit of sky through it. Yeah,
Hmm.
but you cannot see the creature.
I was assuming not a good angle then. Okay. Looking at my spells. Looking at my spells. Looking at my spells. Don't have anything. I'm just gonna look at Core. Do you need any help here? Are you good?
Well, if you'd like to take the helm for me, I've a little present for this thing.
I can do that, and I'll take the helm from Zoe, or from Core. Sorry. I added vehicle air to my proficiencies, but I don't. Did you want me to do Dawn Runner or just air?
Air. I'm gonna move this guy over here just so you can get a good idea of where it is compared, relatively speaking, to you guys.
Oh, he's big.
Actually, he's much bigger than that, but
Okay.
because this thing
So
technically should be about, let's say, it was he'd be about here.
no thanks. Too much.
But-
Maximum verb.
Much burb.
Oops.
So I will take the helm from Cora. I assume I don't get movement this round.
Correct.
Rock just is the ship. It is the map.
Dwayne, get off!
You don't speak to my Dwayne that way.
To be fair, it is probably smoldering right about now.
Okay, so Cora, you're free to go. I love it. Cora, you're free to do whatever you want. I've got the helm.
Okay.
You're probably more useful to me right now.
You can cast spells through the shield, correct? Or do I just not see this thing at all? I'm just asking.
You can't see it. No, the shield.
Okay.
The shield is a solid shield. It is a wooden shield that goes over the hull top.
Oh, okay.
Would
I
you
thought it was
say-
like a force.
No.
Would you say? Oh, sorry.
Like a convertible top.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an action to take over from her, or can I cast a spell before I do this?
I will say it is not an action. It's used an object action.
So is that does that mean I get to cast a spell?
You can cast a spell, but you're still you're grabbing a hold of the helm as well.
Oh, never mind. Warding bond actually takes. I have to touch Cerulean, even though he has the ring. Okay, we're good. Done.
Okay. 23.
Oh, what portion of this shield does this entire thing encompass? Or what portion of the top deck does this shield encompass? Okay, all that. All right, so I can't see this thing anymore. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15,
I just got here.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm gonna action dash and go 5, 10, 15,
You can now see outside.
20, 25, 30.
I'll say its claws are trying to grip it, so you are able to strike at it with your sword or
Well,
hammer.
I cannot right now because that was my action to dash.
Oh, you are not close enough to do so. Should you? Be able to.
But I will bonus action rage and zap the shit out of this thing.
All right, it has to make a dex save, which it rolls a natural 1 on.
Yeah.
If I can find it. I'm taking so long.
Ooh.
7 points lightning damage. Now, if it was Pokemon, it's super effective.
But see what we're not playing. All right, it is not bloodied yet. It's taken some licks, but it's still standing.
Beth, I threw this in chat. Can I cast Shield of Faith on Core with my bonus action before I ended my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Cerulean, your turn.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will follow suit because we need to get this thing off. I will point a finger to the staff of Urikil Zarl, pull out a little fireball, and throw it right at it.
At such close proximity.
I'm doing it because it's that big, right? Or is that just for a
It's
joke?
right on top of the ship too.
Oh, well, it's got 150 feet, so I'll do it up high enough to where it only affect it and not the ship.
Make an Arcana check.
I can do
Just making
this.
sure, just seeing if you aim it appropriately.
15.
Yep. As you aim more towards the beak, as it reams back, you good shot. Fire off a shot. Roll damage.
All right.
So unlike, it can't spell sculpt.
36.
36. It does successfully dodge that one as its head leans back at the
So
last
hold
second.
on. You have 2 1s in there you can re-roll.
Ooh, thank you for reminding me. This is the first time I'm using the staff, so. So
So that 36 is going to get higher.
So roll 2d.
So, one of the
so-
ones stays the same, but it goes
So
up
add
to
3 to that. 39.
39. He will succeed in that save.
Thank you. I'm still learning this.
Oh yeah. You can actually set if you put RO minus RO less than 1 and the damage roll for it, it'll just do it for you.
Ooh.
As the rock takes 19 points of damage. Alrighty. Core.
All right. So apparently blindness, deafness is verbal. So the hole in the shield is about here, correct?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Okay, I'm gonna move over there, focus my spell in this direction, and cast blindness, deafness.
Isn't that a touch? No, it's not. Okay. All right, he has to make a con save, doesn't he? Yes, he does.
Are so much more useful than me right now.
And you're the range.
Says the archer.
It was pinking off him.
Cora's whole spell list is like, how can I mess with people?
Alrighty, he will pass the save.
Ah, you stupid bird.
You get the impression that much like dragons, rocks of this size are very hardy.
That's okay, I got other ways to mess with it.
Okay.
I got other ways of making you talk.
Or not talk, I guess we'll find them. Anyway, Roman.
All right. Now that I can see it and it's there, why don't I just go ahead and I'm gonna hex him, and I will give him disadvantage on strength checks,
Very
Okay.
good call. I approve of this.
Yes.
and I will then follow that up with a pair of Eldritch Blasts. Not that it does anything. I'm shooting at his wings, see if I can knock him off kilter. All right. Shot 1. Probably not good.
13 does not hit.
What about that?
21 does.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, that's 7 points of damage total.
And I will move, well, not all together.
Oh, did you take the damage off the Dawn Runner? Because it's an actual token you can work
Oh,
with.
I did not. So minus
Got it.
19. Thank you.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Just moving.
Okay. Renard.
Reynard will step out of the door he's hiding behind and just look up and see that this creature is significantly closer than it was 5 seconds ago. It just kind of, he will move up to the edge of the ship. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. He will present the Staff of Fire, and I'm going to, as my action and by using object action, cast Burning Hands on it twice. As I just let out a spray of fire all over the face of this thing, because that is no longer my attack block. I gotta fix that. Give me 1 hot second.
So, remember how that time you rolled a pair of natural 20s on Shalia?
Sure.
I rolled a pair of natural 20s.
On what?
Against
The
the deck
ship.
for the deck saves.
Oh.
Okay, sure. That's 5 and 7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Of all the things you could have rolled 2 20s for, that's okay.
And then I'll stay here. Sure. Why not? I know exactly what's gonna happen, but I'll stay here.
Alrighty, it is now officially bloodied. Bertram is going to use his action to get off this thing. And he's going to bring up his sword. He's going to do a strike at this thing, bringing up his blade, letting out a... he does not a disadvantage. That's a normal strike. At 24 will hit, and he's going to pump a smite into this bastard. So Divine Smite at 1. And crack as he hits it for that. He's going to swing once more. That will miss.
What is with us and just whiffing on this giant ass bird?
We're just hitting all the feathers.
I hit him once.
I hit him like 3 times. It didn't hurt much.
All right. The rock is going to let out a screech into the air once again, and it is going to try to beak on top of where kind of that spot between Reynard and Bertram. Looks like it's aiming for the ballista.
Oh, you dick.
What a smart fucking bird.
We
And
just got this!
And it will crack the ballista for 24 points of damage. However, that was not directed at the Dawn Runner. It was directed to the ballista. The ballista's
Cool.
HP went down from 50 to 24. Its talons are on the other hand, are a whole different story. As it tries to grapple once again, it rolls a frickin' 2. and cannot manage to get its talons around thanks to courtesy of the shield. Alrighty, and that is its turn. The guards are going to assist where they can and continue the action stations of reloading. Moving over. Back at the top. Tempest once again.
So I too know that if I move out of this thing's space, we're gonna get an attack, right?
Yes.
Disengage also a viable option for the Dawn Runner?
I'm sorry?
Is disengage also a
Yes.
viable option for
It
the
is,
Dawn
yes.
Runner?
I will action disengage and get into a position if I... Can I see the ballista people down there? With the shield up?
No, shield's down. Or shield's up, you can't see them.
So I can't see where I'm driving.
You can see forward, but you can't see down from your current angle.
Okay, I see.
Even with the shield down, you
I
couldn't
got
really
it.
see the
I got
bottom
it.
of
I will continue to assume that they are still doing as they are, and I'm going to just try and disengage and get into a good position for them to fire.
All right, you can maneuver the Dawn Runner.
Yeah, so I just kind of move away. Okay, yeah, I had to.
It can't move laterally, unfortunately.
Right, I was just trying to get a good idea of like how it was positioned. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, and can I like turn a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the best I can do with turning, so I'll do that.
All right. 23.
23 is going to hold his action in case this thing comes in rage again. 'cause
You are within range of it.
It thought Tempest just moved it.
Oh, Tempest moved. That's right.
Yeah, I
he
just
moved
moved
it 80
away.
feet away, so I can't do anything.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
The ship
holding it.
almost lurches as Tempest tilts it to one side, not quite doing a barrel roll, but enough that it can lean away from the creature as it snaps its beak and misses into the air. Cerulean.
Jeez. Just stumbling back from the swerve, like he'll just extend a hand down. 2 Eldritch Blasts. Whiff. Hit.
All right, 25 will hit.
Ooh, 11.
11 points of damage as it cracks.
I will then hop down here. Actually, and then... Yeah, right there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Core.
All right. So. We are going to use confusion on it now.
Oh. What save does it have to make? A wisdom save. What's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 15.
He fails.
Nice. Finally, confusion worked.
I'm so glad you're out there doing stuff instead of me.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll the d10 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the start of each of its turns. Yes,
Okay.
not yet. All right. Yep, he's still in range too. All right, Roman.
This thing is far away now. So, actually, how far is it? So I'm just putting it right there. I think that's in range of an Eldritch Blast. You can double check. 120 feet. So just to make sure, I will move towards that side.
Yeah, you're closer.
I'll just move like to here, and then I'll snap off another pair of Eldritch Blasts.
Choo-choo.
One. That's awesome.
Whiffs off into the distance.
And there's 2. Haha.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Make up for it.
No, that's not making up for it. Well, I guess it's a
7.
1 and a 6.
That's decidedly average.
One solid hit.
Fine hit.
Alrighty. That will include your turn.
That will conclude my turn.
Okay. Reynard, your turn.
Reynard is going through a cornucopia of his spells right now, realizing that none of this is working because this creature is just the biggest fucking bird he's ever seen.
It's a very large creature.
Draw the Wand of Magic Missiles out. I'm going to burn off. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to burn off 6 charges. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at it twice. Once is my action, once is my hasted action. Using the
Is
wand.
that a point? Is it even in a missile, or is it just Macross missile storm?
So the first one is going to be 15 points of damage. I have to fix that because it shouldn't be tracking like that. And the second one is going to be 10 points of damage as I roll very low.
Alrighty. The blast into the creature. It screeches and yells. It is not looking particularly healthy. Anything else?
Nope. That's a whole bunch of resources that amounts to very little. That's my turn.
All right. Bertram's going to unload with another shot from the ballista. .20 will connect as it for another 11 points of damage.
You want me to show them?
I already showed them.
Hey guys, Zoe's got chicks on screen.
I do. They're so cute.
Alrighty. Zoe, roll a d10.
Okay.
5, I believe.
That does something I want it to do.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Nice.
As it just kind of seems to be floating there, dazed. The guards are going to continue manning the action stations, and they are going to provide assistance.
Oh, it does get to make a wisdom throw.
At the end of its turn? Okay.
Yes.
It will still be confused.
Nice.
All right. Tempest, your turn.
Sorry, talking and I had muted on. So I see it's just, well, I can't see much of anything, can I? Oh, I can see straight ahead. I'm just gonna keep staying kind of, do I notice it's just hovering in place?
You can't see it.
You said I can see straight ahead, right?
Yeah.
I was actually going to have Core say something like "gotcha" or something like that, so you can interpret that how you will.
In that case, I will curve
Actually,
the Dawn Runner.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say the guards are yelling out coordinates. It's hard to port 80 meters off the side.
That helps a lot because I'm sitting here like, how do I steer shit? I can't see.
You have there are shouts being yelled by the guards, giving out locations of enemies.
In that case, I will be like, if I hear that it hasn't changed, I'm going to be like, all right, well, maybe some of my friends would like to get close. And I'm going to pivot around. I'm going to 60. I'm sorry, it's very hard to turn this thing. And
Come alongside.
timidly. And I will come alongside it. Is this like alongside?
Yeah, you're coming alongside of it. Now it's within striking range of 23. Was a held action, I believe.
Yep.
23 goes, I can do something!
I'm trying to give them all the
No, I
opportunity to kill
can't.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well,
Done.
There's
Alright.
just something about this bird.
well, 23, it's your turn again.
I'm
Is he-
gonna bonus action shock it for 5 if it fails. And then
Natural 20, is it?
Shadow Star.
Fuck.
Better on that than attacking the ship.
Reckless twice.
Okay, go for it. That'll hit. That'll hit. Alrighty, that's 13 and 7. Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay. It's brilliant.
Just keep unloading into it. Eldritch Blast twice.
Okay.
No one's hurt yet, so that's good. Keep it that way, please.
16 will hit. 16 will hit.
8, and 13. Nice.
Alrighty.
And I will remain here to provide cover.
As the final two shots crash into this dazed and confused bird, the two shots kind of land right between its eyes as the whole thing just stops flapping and descends beneath the clouds, falling. Gone.
Oh.
As it's falling, Renard's going to cast Featherfall on it.
Yeah, to not kill people down
So,
below.
just in case it does hit the ground in someplace dangerous, people should be able to get out of the way.
Some person's going to go, what the? Okay. I'll move you up. And back to the overland map. All right. As the dust settles and the damage to the Dawn Runner becomes a little more apparent, the rock has vanished, and we will end initiative. As Bertram, yeah.
Rowan
Renard
kind of
immediately.
looked down.
Is anybody else really tired after all that?
No, I can
Otherwise,
go for a
then-
couple more.
I'm not tired at all. I just ran around a bunch.
So exciting.
Oh, it's the spell. Just very taxing.
How do those things taste? Has anyone ever eaten a rock before?
No.
I don't particularly want to go down there and get it.
I know. I just had this picture in my mind of some guy hunting and coming back with no luck of a day out in the woods and bam, giant bird.
Just hunting monsters all day. How exciting.
I just lean over the railing and just look down. You're welcome.
So put the shields back down, shall we? And
I'll bring the shields up.
You did well, Tempest.
Thank you. I didn't think my first attempt at actually trying this in, not a practice setting would be against a rock, but whatever.
Adversity is the best time to try such things. It's either do or die.
Well, you're an excellent teacher. This was exhilarating.
Well, well done, everyone. It seems like the damage is. Well, honestly, I can't see. You'll have to take track, but hopefully it's pretty minor. Didn't seem like the creature had a whole lot of luck.
No, it did not.
Shout out to Confusion.
I'm just glad we were able to get rid of it, but I suppose we needed to christen the ship somehow.
As the damage reports start coming in, it looks like the only thing that was scratched was your paint job, if you painted it, and the crack in the shield.
It's pretty good. Cora's actually pleased. As far as damage can go, that is preferred.
That's the ballista damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well done.
I will put us back on course and offer the helm back to Core.
Many thank yous. As Core will take her place at the helm.
Okay. And so the ship will continue steaming on towards Bayowick. This seems like a good time to take a break. We hope you all enjoyed so far. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. I'm on. Thanks, God. So, as the afternoon wears on, you have 2 more days of travel towards Bayowick. Would you like to do anything?
At the end of each day, Reynard will dump the remainder of his spell slots in there. At the end of this one, I can't. So he'll need some help from the others, but I imagine there'll be enough. Just as a reference for how I'm marking that, I'm basically setting us to 40 hours every single day that we can afford to dump spell slots in there, and assuming we're doing it the night and then long resting and starting day 8 hours from it.
So the control mechanism for dumping spell slots into it is there is a console of sorts that sits before the wellspring. And as you cast the spell, you put your hands onto a pair of daises that have handles, and it flows the magic from you into it that channels over towards the wellspring, and you can see it glow ever a little bit brighter as magic is funneled into it. From that, electricity crackles around the wellspring chamber that then is funneled out through tubes made of kyrite that connect into the various engine parts.
That.
Mm. Yes.
All right. Anything else?
I got
What do you think,
nothing.
Kitty? You know. What do you think? That's what I thought. All right.
Yeah.
So, if nothing else happens, then nothing else happens. You do nothing else for the remainder of the day. You continue your flight on towards Bayowick, arriving mid-afternoon on the 4th day.
I think we'd recommend probably parking not nearby the town and walk in, considering the things we said about the Dawnspire.
Landing gear was something that was added to it, correct?
It hovers off the ground.
Yeah.
So we do have to keep it charged.
Or you can land it in the water.
Nope, don't do it.
And park it at the harbor.
Yeah, that actually might make sense. We have staff protecting it, so.
It's less that we want people to. It's less protecting it, more just we don't want people to know we have the Dawnspire in any form or fashion.
So
Or
are we going
anything
to park like a day out?
I was thinking just like
'Cause if we only park like 2 miles out, they're going to see that shit coming.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just mentioning it.
I feel like with rumors spreading, people are probably going to know that we're coming with
Yeah.
a ship that flies.
Good point.
Might as well just bite the bullet.
If we want to park where people can't really get it, there's over here we can hover it by the cliffside, and then just raise the gangplank. So
Well, we have our crew, so I think we're good. I think if we just wanted to park it in the water so we're not burning spells all day long to keep it afloat.
If only we could Wonder Woman this thing.
I mean, if they already know about it, it's probably best just park it in the harbor. It's just more of a like, in case
Throw
they
it
didn't.
off.
we could, like, it can run just as a boat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can land a ways out in the water and just kind of like chill up like a boat would.
Yeah. There are no
That I like.
extra ships, like mooring ships, to pull you into port, or not to port you, but that you can row in. But I'm assuming you guys can find your own way over if you were needing.
I like.
As we say, I don't think we have any keel boats.
There are none, not added anyway.
I do like that idea though of just like parking some ways out on the water and coming in like a normal boat.
All right.
Borealis music.
All right. How are we? You were going to approach offshore and then come in?
Yeah.
Okay. Descending into the water is relatively simple as all things are concerned. Core is familiar with the maneuvers. As it settles into the water, the engines almost seem to turn ever so slightly. There's no mast. It's propelled through the water. Not sure how, Wave's magic hand, but the ship moves into port. And as it comes in slowly but surely into Bayowick Harbor, you can see there is a crowd gathered around the harbor, waiting for all of you to approach. Standing at all of his immense pleasure at an incredible 8'5" is Damon. The arms folded across his chest and just a big grin on his face. A really confused shorter gentleman next to him with a clipboard, and a lot of deck harbormen and a lot of commoners are watching you as the ship comes into port.
Yeah, I don't think we needed to go out a little bit.
Well, I didn't know, Cerulean.
I'm just saying. Wait, how did they?
I assume they saw us fly in.
Either that or someone they got word.
I thought we took efforts to make sure we weren't seen. Whatever, it doesn't matter anymore.
Very hard to hide.
Any idea how big this ship is? Imagine how far away we saw that rock. It's somewhat visible.
I mean, I
There are
think
people who
Mavis
watch
really
skies
saw
for the living.
Yeah, and that's even if we were able to, like, somehow get here undetected, someone would have mentioned a rock just gently falling out of the sky.
Gently
true.
inaccurate. I did use featherfall.
I forgot about that.
Never mind the fact that the thing probably weighs about 12 tons. Something falling on you gently doesn't matter if it weighs a ton, but anyway.
I have to imagine it's not that heavy. It is a bird. It has to fly.
Besides,
Anyway.
you're all in an airship now. You might as well flaunt it a little bit.
Yeah, we're heroes. We gotta show off have grand entrances now.
Well, if they're already aware, do you want to just come on in with the flight?
The only thing that travels faster than Brumas travels faster than everything. So.
True facts.
Those rumors are faster than our damn airship.
Just wait till we get to Marcera.
They're already aware.
Say what you want about Battle for Azeroth, but at least they have good music.
Art, music, ace.
All right. Pulling into harbor, the deckhands begin to moor the lines out, and after a few minutes, there is a plank that connects to a far side, to which Damon will walk right on up like he owns the place. He just looks at all of you with a big grin on your face, or a big grin on his face. Well, I didn't expect to see y'all in a long time. What y'all doing out here?
Visiting.
All right.
Seeing you, of course.
Well, naturally, my lady. And he will extend a hand and kiss that little robot hand. You look a
Cor
lot...
would do the equivalent of blush and like fan herself off.
You look a lot stronger than the last time I met you.
You can
Yeah.
tell.
Good grip.
As Roman sees the fanning and blushing, he's just like, it's been a year and it still just confuses me.
I'll just look at her and be like, just let her enjoy herself.
To which
But
you hear,
like,
no robo.
Oh,
Boo.
Wow. Just wow.
Cerulean jumps off the ship in embarrassment.
Uh,
boo!
I'm glad I prepared fly today so I can leave this conversation in post haste.
Renard, take me with you!
No, you have to suffer.
I cast silence and make nope.
Well, I'll let the harbor master here take care of y'all, and I guess if you need to go, well, you know your way around town at this point. Good to see you all. And
Oh,
he'll step off the ship. What?
before I leave, Nikolai, he's still around?
We'll talk.
Okay.
That's
he'll walk-
never a good sign.
Concern.
To which a
Yeah.
relatively lithe, spry-looking gentleman with really crazy frizzled hair. Are you staying for long?
Maybe like a day, maybe?
Do we have much business here to handle in town? We need to meet with Lord Anastasia and Nikolai, so I'm sure we can handle that in a day. What time is it?
Mid-afternoon, about 12 bells.
Oh, we can definitely get that done within the day.
I say we pay for 2 days, just to be sure.
Yeah,
Very
maybe we
well.
want to see
That'll
some
be
sights.
10 gold for 2 days.
All right.
I got it.
This will mark the ship. All right, and any fueling, resupplies, anything like that?
You'll kind of look over at the ballista. How well did the sailors manage to do repairs in the time we were sailing back into
I
Bailiwick?
have not rolled for that yet.
you all require food, correct? You still eat? Do we need more?
We could fill the galley.
In that time, they were able to repair 17 points of damage to it.
Nice.
Not bad.
So it's still functional. It just has a lot of scratches and bangs on it.
Yeah, we should probably stop by the galley and get long-term supplies, just in case we don't want to subsist on rations the entire time we're flying.
Well, this is a good place to stock up, if any. You just go to the market.
Yes, perhaps we should pick up some arugula.
Reynard just looks at you like, really? Really?
To which the harbor master I don't know what arugula is, but I bet we have it.
Now we have to.
Hey, Tempest, remember when I was talking about thinking before speaking? You should practice that before we get to Marcera.
But it sounded delicious.
Not. Well, I don't even know, but I've been told it's not.
I was like, how do you
Reynard just wants to go into the city at this point. He's done with that conversation.
Okay, bye.
Okay, before everyone leaves, I'm going to cast Aid on Renard, Core, and Cerulean. Just in case we come up to new fights.
Okay. Damon is waiting for you at the end of the pier.
You all have 5 extra hit points.
Woo.
And I whistle for Tamari just because Tamari gets to see a city.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to... all of you lose 4 gold.
Okay.
From just your rooms.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
¿Por qué? Okay.
Porque Lake has a little...
Except
Renard.
Renard.
23 will be like, oh, I forgot something. I'll be right back. And I will go back onto the ship.
All right. Tamaray is holding a ruby, just jealously holding it as she flies overhead. What are you doing, 23?
Grabbing 24.
Your horse?
Oh, get Stormy as well.
I don't know if we brought Stormy. I know I brought 24, though. No one told me to bring Stormy.
Yeah.
I thought Stormy was together. Oh, okay, maybe not.
You got Stormy. All right.
Where's
New quest.
Stormy?
Time to stretch your legs, buddy.
It makes horse sounds. Very good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Don't ask
So,
me to do that.
So besides Nikolai, what else, and Anastasia, what else can we get from Baywick? Do you think we need anything?
I'm just kidding. No more guns.
Well, as I said, we do need to stock the Dawn with the supplies we can get. We've used some repairing the ballista, the whole damage, and whatever else we can do. Unless you want to eat dried hardtack and dried meat for the next 2 weeks, making our way back into Baywick.
I'll say it costs to feed everybody on your ship. It's 10 people.
I'm surprised we had enough supplies to get here, but we'll just assume that Lord Jarmuth sent him off with a little bit of food.
We had a bunch of rations.
Yeah. Well, let's also it's say it'll cost about for a full crew of 25 plus your current.
Actually, I can look up the exact number of days.
Oh, is that in the player's handbook?
Well, there is like
lifestyle
per day.
And while we're
so for modest meals every single day, it would be 5 silver pieces. That's at an inn, though. Sorry, the meals per day is 3 silver a day
Per person. So it's 9 silver a person to feed.
Well, no, the meals for per day.
Oh.
3 days for a full day.
So 3 times 11.
12.
So we could just basically charge it as 5 silver a day per person.
Sure. So you could spend 10 gold and feed them long enough to last them for a few weeks.
That's good. And then
It's pretty good.
they'll have plenty of places to eat in Marseille too.
We'll round it off to a simple 10 gold to feed them for 10 days. Gold a day for 10 gold a day for a crew to sustain everybody at the galley.
About how far away are we from Masera at this point? 10 days?
About the same distance from Crimson Witch. About the same distance.
Okay.
So about a 2-week travel.
That's the same distance. On the airship?
Yeah.
It only took us 4 days to get here.
I mean, you are from the same distance from Crimswich to Marcera as you are from Baywick to Marcera, give or take. Let me look. Why don't we go look at the map and we'll double check that.
Yeah, so I was like, so it takes 4 days? Maybe like 5. It's maybe a little bit longer.
Actually, it's going to take you...
Oh, you meant from Crimsonwich to Baywick. I mean, Crimsonwich to Marcera, it's like the same distance. Okay. That's what you meant.
You are 1,680 miles from Marcera as the Dawn Runner flies. If you can cover 80 miles a day...
We covered this math. It's really easy. Just count the hexes and divide it by 3. It's 23 days.
So you will have to make a port call once in a while to restock.
Probably at Fair Edge or Katoom.
Or Westridge.
Or West. Well, that's pretty close to Marcera at that point. You might as well just go all the way. Fair Edge is in the middle.
Or we could just buy more supplies.
Or we can just buy more supplies.
You do have 1,000 tons worth of cargo space. Now, food will take up some of that, but...
Probably just buy the food here.
Best to have more than something than less. We could also swing through the potion shop here. Stock up on that.
Yes, I may take a little bit of a trip to the docks. I didn't get a chance to really I've got some personal business here I didn't get a chance to do last time we were here.
Beth, I'm gonna buy 20 rations or 20 or 30 days rations worth of rations for the crew.
Dude, you don't even eat!
The crew.
That's why I said for the crew.
I mean, I can chip in for that, though, is what I mean.
I'm pulling it out of the party funds.
Okay.
All right. You did the math on that?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay. All right. So, as you all are, yeah.
So it's easy math, guys. It is 80 silver to feed the entire crew modestly for a day.
So 8 gold.
So 8 gold a day.
That's not bad.
I just said, wait, 8 gold a day?
Yeah.
Yes. That is if we're actually giving everybody, modest supplies and not just feeding them rations and shit. This seems like this is like we're actually buying potatoes and carrots and meat to cook.
Yep.
I think we'd approve of that. Like, why not?
I mean, if we find it's too much of an expense, we can downgrade the meals, which makes it significantly cheaper. But for now, I think we're okay.
I was gonna say, what's our current party inventory? Like, it's probably fine at the moment.
And if we need to, I can put money into that. That's not a big deal.
Okay, so we got
Same.
80 gold every 10 day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll invest in that as needed if we need help with it.
Okay. So just to do that, I'll go ahead and give you. I'll give you 20 platinum 23, and you can add that into the fund for keeping that stocked.
Okay, let me see what I have. Actually.
Roger.
You can take some from my silver too that I put into the bag if you want as well.
I'm entered it all.
Because I don't like silver, you can take 1,191 silver as well.
Very specific.
1,191.
Yes. That way I get rid of some of this darn silver that's over encumbering me.
I realized once we get to Marcera, we might actually want to downsize the crew just a little bit. Maybe 10 guards is a little much. We got Sartarian and Bertrand on the ship, so we don't need all 10 of them.
Sartarian's pretty darn fancy.
All right. At the end of the pier, you can see Damon is waiting for you all with his arms crossed. Yeah, let's.
I thought he went onto the ship.
Or he was waiting for you all off of it. He got
we
off.
all came off.
Oh, yeah. Let's walk and talk.
All right.
Sure.
Nikolai is dying as he carries on walking.
Oh.
Dying, not dead.
He's real sick, old.
When did this start?
About 6 months ago.
Hmm.
You got to figure he's probably one of the, if not the oldest living human being on the planet. He's probably pushing about 300.
Up there.
Which for a human is a little bit awkward.
Yeah, that's not normal.
I should get his workout regimen, see if I can get up that high.
We'd be all so lucky.
Oh.
But yeah, I been trying to take care of him. But there's a lot of going on with the last Dawn Spire passing, kind of a thing. What do you all need to see him for?
We'll talk when we get into the keep.
Yeah.
This is private chamber type talk.
All right.
I do feel kind of bad though, now knowing this. I hope we don't stress him out.
I was about to say, will we disturb him? Is this something we should bring up to a dying man?
Well, if y'all could tell me, but we can go talk more privately. And he will guide you up through the keep. Oh, Lady Anastasia isn't here. Her major domo's here. If you want to talk to her.
Where's Lady Anastasia?
She went to Marcera about a year ago.
No.
Wait, a year ago?
Yes. Some assignment she needed from the king, or excuse me, from the House of Nobles.
So strange, but okay.
There's a lot of strange things going on lately.
What we have to talk about might have to do with it.
He'll pull you all into a side room, kind of away from everybody else, and he'll close the door and lock it. It's not very well decorated, just a desk, chair, nobody's in it. So, what goes on? Brings you all here.
was kind of hoping that we could have this conversation with Nikolai just in case, but if you're that concerned about his condition, we're going to take 10 minutes. And because Bernard is so paranoid about this being overheard, I'm going to take 10 minutes to cast Morden Kindness Private Sanctum on this room and seal it. No sound, no sight, no teleportation nor divination can pass through this area.
Okay. Is 23 or 23 is Damon just watching it for a long moment. All right. What's up?
When we went into the mountains to deal with the head of the Red Hand, Azakul, they had the wellspring, and they were using it to breach a hole through the Divine Gate. They succeeded, and the Silent Dot came through.
You see his eyes kind of widen for a moment. Well,
Yeah. You understand my precaution.
Yeah.
They were not the only one who came through. There was also, I'm going to forget, I forget the name, but Renard wouldn't forget the name.
Celia.
Celia. Yes, I want to say Celise, but Celia's the right name.
Celia. Yeah.
Celia came through first somehow. She possessed Ruby or something to that effect.
Ruby's charm. The diadem she wore on her helmet or her head.
I don't think Renard knows that.
I had a few nights of Ruby. I talked about it a few times. She asked me to keep it quiet.
All right, sure. It's not
Look,
important.
Oh well, y'all seem like good types. Ruby had Celia Laren's one of her relics. It kind of was the last essence of her. She could talk to Celia from time to time.
Well, that brings me to the next point. She called down some form of magic that absolutely destroyed that mountain. Now, I don't know if she survived it or what, but that mountain is basically gone. You may have seen the light even here in Bailick.
Well, I was in Crimson.
Or in Crimson Witch at the time, yeah.
Right. Crimson Witch when that happened. Yeah, I remember that. That was Celia?
Yeah, I have to assume.
Okay. So the sound darker back.
Yes. As far as we can tell, all of them.
That starts to make sense. This didn't happen in a vacuum. Nikolai, he got sick rather suddenly a few months ago. We thought it was just old age catching up with him, but it's really old age catching up with him. I don't know what, but something seems to have negated or advanced his age. I don't quite get it, but he's succumbing to old age far more rapidly than what we expected.
I'm supposing that Nikolai had like I know Nikolai was an enemies of the Silent Dark as a whole, but was there one in specific that he might have had a bigger grudge and the feeling was reciprocated?
Not that I'm aware of.
Has he been checked out by anyone? Is this maybe a curse? Is something poison in his system?
We've had one of the Archmages, Archmage Atronus, checked him out. He doesn't know. But he's only got another few days.
I mean, I feel like we should try and talk to him, see if there's some information he can give us.
He's the only surviving member of the Dawnspire. And if anyone knows things about the Silent Dark that we need to know, it's him.
What the smart man said.
All right. Why don't just one of you come in?
Oh, maybe it should be you.
Of all of us, you're the closest to the Dawnspire. He might even remember you.
I suppose that's an idea, but do I remember him at all?
Oh yeah, he was a
Okay.
total flirt when you were younger.
Oh. All
Maybe that's where Core
In
got
fact, make a history check.
All right.
it. Would we be if we kind of wait outside this room? How close are we to Nikolai?
Not very.
Nah.
Okay. So as you're pondering, you recall that Nikolai was a pretty big flirt, but he only had one major fling that you were aware of.
Mm-hmm.
It was Schallenthal, of all people.
That's sad.
There was rumor that there was a kid, but that child never manifested that anybody can ever see or know. And that would have been 200 years ago. He was kind of one of the guys who started the House of Nobles, but then quickly got away from it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But as far as specific members of the Silent Dark that he had an issue with, yes, there is one. Her name is Elizabeth, and she is a vampire. Also a martial artist.
A
Vampire
martial
monk.
artist.
Vampire monk.
I want to suck your blood and kick your ass.
One of the what was that? 16. Yeah, okay, we'll give you 20. Elizabeth, that you're thinking about it, is one of the few ancient vampires that are known. Elder vampire. Not the elder vampire, but an elder vampire. But she hasn't been seen in centuries.
All right. Well, if you all would rather, I mean, you have more of a connection with him. He saw you recently. Are you sure none of you want to go in and see him?
I mean, he gave me this bow. That's literally maybe the most connection I have with him.
I tried to hit him. It didn't work.
Even a worse connection.
I could probably try to hit him now. I bet I could do it now.
I would rather you didn't.
No, I wouldn't either. I'm just saying I probably, maybe, possibly could now.
If you could make that wisdom save.
Right, wisdom saves. My bane. Never mind.
What's a wisdom save? What are you talking about?
I'm not very never mind. Anyways.
Yeah, my only connection with him is that he gave us the job that, first, and I got this. I'll gesture to his sword. So, little good, little bad.
Numos told me to look into him, but I'm assuming that was for the group, so it's not like I have any specific connection either.
Well, perhaps it might be nice for him to see me again.
I think he might like that.
Okay. Then I will take Miss Cora. The rest of y'all can stay here for a minute if you don't mind. And he will walk out. There is nobody around immediately.
Okay.
All right. Damon will guide you all up, or guide Core up. What are y'all gonna do in the room in the meantime?
Play rock, paper, scissors with Renard.
You you said we're not very close, right?
Not very close. I'm not sure.
To him.
I don't know.
I was gonna try
To
and
the
detect
room that he's in.
Yes.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're on one of the bottom floors. He's up higher.
That's what I assumed we knew. So I'm not gonna bother trying to cast detect disease and poison and stuff. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'll watch the rock paper scissors tournament.
Is it 1, 2, 3, then shoot, or shoot on?
Is Reynard even interested?
Reynard just kind of looks like, do we really need to stay here? Because we do have a lot of things to do here, and Beowulf are still here.
I do need to pay a trip to the docks. Maybe I should do that now.
But more importantly, hey, 23, check this out. I'm gonna look and see if there's. I'm gonna see if there's like a just large anything of water around. Like
there's
a bucket.
the ocean.
That might be a little far. I'm just looking for like a bucket, anything I can kind of put my feet into.
Sure, make a perception check.
Alrighty, this is an important perception. This is how we win the campaign. Nope. Perception. Like a washing basin, just anything. Nah.
As you look around, there's puddles here or there from rain, but
All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to go to the docks. Have fun. I'll see you at the ship.
I'll show you when we go back towards the ship.
All right.
Don't you have a water skin?
I don't know if that's enough to get a bull. I need to be able to dunk my whole face in.
I see.
Core. As you ascend higher and higher, Damon leads you to one of the smaller chambers off to the side with a sealed door and 4 guards out front. He'll nod to all of them and they will step aside, and opening the door, a light breeze flutters in through a pristine marble room where you can see Nikolai laying down very peacefully on a bed with white sheets all around him. His aged and cracked face looks even more aged than, well, I guess you haven't seen it before. He looks absolutely ancient. But the door opens. You can see one eye slowly creep open, and he spots Damon and then you. Yes?
Well, everyone's downstairs.
I recognize that voice.
Yes, it's me, Core. It's been a very long time since I've seen you last.
How's your mother, Core?
Possibly dead. I don't know. She sacrificed herself, maybe stopping a great evil from entering our world.
The Dawn Spire are not killed so easily, my child. Well, maybe not. He kind of chuckles. It hurts to laugh. What can I help you with?
Well, I suppose everyone wanted me to kind of see you, since I have more of a connection with you than anyone else. They want to say goodbye and hope you pass on to the next world nicely, I guess. I'm bad at this. I'm so sorry. And Core would actually go over there and hold his hand, as cold and metallic as it may be.
Oh, very strong.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting used to it.
Uh-oh, we lost somebody. Cerulean disconnected.
Yeah, he said his internet crashed.
It's gonna screw up everybody's pictures, but that's fine. God's got it.
Sorry, God. Oh, it's just me and Court messed up.
Damon being a
I'm now
mother.
Cerulean.
I'm now both Core and Tempest. Ha
Damon being a mother hen. Yes, I don't know what's going on. I think my time has finally caught up with me.
Well, it catches up to us all, I hear.
Oh, except you.
Yeah. I'm sure if I was allowed to rot in the hull of the Dawn Runner much longer, I would have rusted along with it.
I don't think that was her intention.
Probably not.
What do you wish to know?
Out of character, guys, did you guys have anything you wanted Core to ask him?
I would thank him for Whisper, and that's literally it.
Probably just let him know what happened and see if he has any tips.
Well, we fought off an invasion of hobgoblins up in the north. It was very exciting. They sought to open a gate to another world using my wellspring. My wellspring of all things. We're not allowed to do that.
Of all the gifts that damn Dawnspire made, that wellspring has been the source of so much agony.
Well, perhaps that can change as well.
I hope so. Maybe you can do better with it than we ever did.
Well, any advice on that?
I am no wizard. I could not give you what I think you want to know, but be very careful with it, my child. That thing can do incredible magic, but it is only a piece of the greater wellspring.
Greater Wellspring. Interesting. I thought it was just the one.
No. How do you think we got the castle to fly?
Ah, that does make a little more sense now.
We don't know where it is. I looked for a very long time. Maybe it was destroyed. Maybe it was taken. Wherever the Great Wellspring is, somebody has it somewhere. I do not think it is on Minthos.
Well, as long as they're not using it to rip open other gates, I am fine with wherever it is for the moment, though I shall keep my eyes open for it.
I do not know what that kind of power could be used for. What a crystal that large, you think it would not be something so easily hidden.
I'm sure there's wizards that could create a mountain to hide it in if they wanted to.
Are the silent dark back?
Oh, yes.
And he sits up very slowly. This is being old. And he is going to use wholeness of body on himself just for a little bit to recover a little bit of strength. As you watch him focus himself inward, he seems to just de-age just a little bit before he sits up.
Well, you're still handsome.
So are
Cor
you.
would help him pick up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a couple messages from the others. Tempest would like to thank you for Whisper. It has done him some wondrous things over the time. I think he's actually begun talking to it, which is a little strange.
His eyes widen. He's talking to Vasilia.
Yes.
She's alive. That's good. If the Dawnspire are back, and she knows about it, then hopefully she can do something about it.
Oh, who was the other guy? The Lich King. I can't remember his Dawnspire name.
Ezekiel Zarl.
Ezekiel Zarl. Okay. We also ran into Ezekiel Zarl. He's
Oh,
not.
his eyes almost grimace at that. Oh, Braywin.
He's not looking as nice as I remember him, but yes.
What a perversion of what was supposed to be life.
Yes.
If the Silent Dark are back, then I suspect most of them have returned to their homes in Ishanorn for now, to consolidate their power. But not all of them will do that. And he'll look up directly, almost into your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Face.
Cor has eyes. They're just underneath the mask.
Okay. They will attack, subvert you, strike at where you are most vulnerable. You have to bring misfortune together if you are going to defeat them.
You know, I think we lost one member, but I think we are strong together.
You are. I have heard tale of your group. You can go far. But Damon, he kind of gestures to Damon who has his arms folded. He also says you all bicker a lot.
Well, I assume it's in good fun, but if it's going to hit a point where it might cause us irreparable damage as a group, I will be sure to step in.
You have to trust each other. You have to trust in each other. That is my advice to beating the Silent Dark. The Dawnspire could not trust each other in the end. We divided, and we cracked, and we fractured. Don't let that happen to you.
I will remember these words.
And he sits back down and just kind of closes his eyes very slightly. But I'm glad to know that you're here.
As long as I need to be.
And you feel his hand just slowly lose its grip.
Well, perhaps one day I'll see you on the other side, my friend. And Cor will let his hand just kind of go flat knitted against the bed gently and turn to Damon. Like, thank you for bringing me in here.
He's silent, but he nods. Yeah. And he will guide you back out. And he'll kind of look at the guards and mutter something, and they'll nod and make their way into the room.
If Cor could, tear up, Cor would definitely be doing that. She's not so jovial right now and just kind of gives her goodbyes to Damon and goes off to find the others.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Going out shopping?
I went to the docks.
Are the rest of you still in the room?
I'd wait for Cor.
Okay.
Reynard would have actually made his way out, assuming that, we'll catch up when we need to. He would say that he's going to go shopping. He is going to go and visit a familiar tavern that may or may not be the home of the Silas Eye.
Dead Rat Inn.
The Dead Rat Inn, yes.
Okay.
Do you want to go find some water, Roman?
We can wait for that. You know what? We should go check on. We should go see if they have glue.
We go get the glue.
Oh, no. How does this not die?
It's been a year and a half.
I haven't stopped thinking about that glue.
Let's go. Let's go right now.
I know how we're going to prevent the well things from getting stolen. We're just going to glue it in place.
God bless. I hope they're sold out.
An ancient magic relic. This is fucking glue.
Listen, everything can be solved with duct tape, but if you don't have duct tape, glue works too.
Gorilla glue.
Yeah.
Who would win? Ancient magic relic or Gluey Boy?
23 doesn't have to worry about falling off the ship anymore because we can glue him to it.
Yes.
All right,
I'm
so
sure
as Cor,
there's nothing else that can go wrong with that.
Cor makes her way into the room. I think it's just Cerulean who's left.
Cor would regard Cerulean for a moment and say, he's gone. Though he had parting words of wisdom for us, which I will discuss later once everyone's about.
Perfectly understandable. Are you okay?
I'm emotional a little bit. A little sad. But, we'll do him proud, I think.
I think so. Everyone else went off to go do their own thing. I figured I'd stay just in case you needed the company.
You see, I haven't been here in ever, so perhaps you could show me about.
Yeah, I was here for a few days. I don't know too much, but we can explore around together.
Fantastic. And we go off on adventures.
Woo!
All right, moving you back to the city. All right. Renard, as you make your way towards the Dead Rat Inn, much as you expected, there is literally a dead rat nailed to the door.
You're always tasteful, aren't you?
As the door opens up, it's crowded. There is a rowdy bar here. But minding the bar is Salen Knight, much as you expect her.
I'll walk in. I'm just going to sit down in front of her. And as he kind of leans in and says, "This place is busy."
Well, yes, things happen from time to time. It's been a long time since I've seen you, Mr. Montelier. She kind of smiles a little bit.
Oh, yes, everyone knows who I am now. I'm not surprised.
So, what can I do you for? And she just slides over a mug.
Last time I was in here, Ruby was with me. And she mentioned that you all managed to do some work for her. Some
Yes.
very specific work.
I do recall that conversation. Oh, is the blue one here?
No.
Okay.
I want to know everything. I want to know the details about everything you did for her.
In exchange for...
I don't know. What do you have in mind?
Well, as it so happens, a friend of ours, I believe most of you disliked him, but you can get to know him a little bit better. He's in Marseille right now. I think he might have a job or two for you if you make your way out there.
Doing work for information is not an equitable trade.
Depends on the information. What you're asking for is something that one just not does simply.
The information I have to give you could literally change the face of history as we know it.
Well, she wanted us to break into the conservatory and steal her file.
I already knew that. I'm asking more of the specifics. Where were the files kept? In what areas of the conservatory? How did you have to get in? Was there any detection mechanisms on them to know that some files were missing or changed?
Come with me. And she will look up to one of the other bartenders, just nod, and she'll walk off, leading into a back room.
When we make the back room, Renard really wants to cast Private Sanctum again, but I don't think she wants to wait 10 minutes to do that, so...
Okay. First off, before I even begin, do we have an agreement on what the information you're giving me is?
I'm not sure exactly what information you all have, but I can promise you it'll be worth your while.
The long story short of it is that we bribed somebody extensively, and then we stole it to keep the information quiet. One vial missing is not something one easily notices, especially if another replica of the exact same nature has been placed in its stead.
Mm-hmm. There were no detection magics to see when it was changed up?
There absolutely was magics to prevent it from being stolen. We worked through that. The answer is they're in a sub-basement, but the walls there are, how to say, very thin. And curiously enough, there is a derelict teleportation circle to lead inside the conservatory.
And you know how to get access to it?
I don't, but somebody does.
That's fair. That's more information than I could have hoped for, but I suppose you all are enthusiastic in your work. Which one he'll kind of lean in and just get right up next to her ear, almost uncomfortably close, and just say, and here's my information for you. When that mountain exploded, something came through. I hope you all are ready to deal with the silent dog.
We know.
Well, I suppose that I'm a little bit of a disadvantage then, but...
Yes. You had the pleasure of speaking to a few of our agents inside Crimson Witch.
And he will try and remember who people he may have spoken to that might know that. Because the only person he remembers telling was Bertram.
And Jarmath.
Lord Jarmath knew as well, yes.
And the rest of the council. Yes, they know.
Of course, the council would have already known, yeah.
But when you get to Marseille, speak to Talric Greydawn. He might be able to help you with your mission on that front if you are so inclined to work with us. I will say that there are multiple avenues to approach your coming problems when you get to Marseille. The Silent Eye is but one of them. Choose wisely.
I don't know if you care or not, but Ruby did perish in that explosion.
Yes. I had surmised as much.
I feel like I'm just the bearer of bad news.
Well. She had her blood vial with her. There's no coming back. Unfortunate.
I'm sure she'll find a way.
Perhaps.
If there's anything I know about that woman, is that she never says anything half-assed. And that's including killing herself.
I don't think it was her, but yes.
Next time in Bayovic, Salen, I'll come and see you again, and we'll see what more we have to talk about.
Okay. So the rest of you, Roman and 23, are shopping for glue.
Hell yeah.
Glue shop.
I will say that there is a glue-like substance available.
Why
Is
would
it?
you do this?
It's the permanent glue, right?
It's called wax.
No, we want to go to find the magic glue, the one
Yeah.
the glue that doesn't
Binds two
that
things
sticks
together.
something forever.
I don't want Elmer's. I want fucking gorilla.
Oh yeah,
Good stuff.
this was beyond gorilla.
I mean, it was on the agenda the last time they were here. They're like, nobody's bought this, right? The sovereign glue is still here.
Surprisingly, someone bought it just 5 minutes ago. I don't know how it happened.
So we are heading to the Atronus Tower to go see.
Yes.
Maybe they made another one.
Holy crap, that is really expensive.
Thank God.
I'm going to look at the price for it. Give me 1 second.
You caught Beth by surprise on this one.
Just a spoiler, you guys are looking at like 25,000 gold pieces.
It wasn't that expensive last time.
Yeah, I worked my magic item prices.
Dang it.
Inflation's a bitch.
Fun fact, guys, the prices are directly proportional to how much you want them. The more you want them, the more expensive they are. It's supply and demand on hell's wheel.
All right. Me and Roman now have a new quest for our end goal. Our level 20 quest is going to be get some fucking glue.
Where is...
I'm gluing something to something else, and it's gonna be awesome.
Ah, here we go. Let's see. The price for your item...
I'm waiting.
5 gold.
Drum roll.
No, stop that. Stop that. Loud. It is a legendary item.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Technically
Rex?
consumable.
Why would you want to consume?
Consumable
This-
means it's not permanent. It can be
One-
used up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was really worried. Just some dude out there just funneling something.
The price for a jar of sovereign glue is 150,000 gold.
That is some markup.
Next week, the
I'm
heist
okay
at
with the price.
Atronus Tower.
It was like 10,000 last time we were here. What the hell happened?
I thought it was 400, but I mean, now
It
I'm
was
very
honest.
angry at the group. that we didn't buy it. We could have be rich men right now if we sold that for even half the price.
I know.
We could buy a new Dawn Runner. We could call it the Moon Runner, and have 2 ships, and we could race them.
What's the opposite of dawn? We could the dusk
Twilight
Bringer.
Runner?
Duskbringer?
The Dusk,
Dusk
Stroller.
Stopper.
I just thought of something really dumb. If alternate universe you went in for a heist for that glue, the title of that episode would be A Sticky Situation.
Oh, boo!
Let's fireball this conversation.
I just cast silence on Sean. Not us, Cerulean, Sean.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
I imagine 23 and Roman leave Atronus Tower very disappointed.
Thank God.
It was Zarama will go, I'm so sorry, dears.
Fuck your mock-up.
Wow.
23 has reached a level of no chill for a moment.
Yeah, seriously.
No,
All right.
You raged.
Yeah, Damon was teaching me how to convey thoughts and words in a scary manner, so slips out a little bit every now and then.
Very, one would say, intimidating.
Yes, one might say.
But we'll find it. We'll go to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll-
But according to this, it's a legendary item, which is 2d6 times 25,000.
Cut in half because it's single use.
Either way, it's still 75,000 gold.
So, I'm not
Can you
saying we're
imagine-
gonna do this 23. I'm just saying, if that costs that much, and that's a 1-use jar of glue. How much do you think they'd give us for Whisper?
Oh, I wish I was there.
I mean, we could ask them what they'd give for. I mean, I have Shatterstar. We could ask them what they'd give for Shatterstar, and then I imagine we could just, do a one. See, we could do a 1-for-1 type of.
They'd have to throw in a couple jars. I mean, Shatterstar, Whisper's like one thing, it's a bow, but like Shatterstar, that thing shoots stuff out of the ground.
It does shoot stuff out of the ground.
Gotta fucking shoot someone.
Yeah.
Would 23 and Roman just have like a buddy cop show now? I just want them to be spending time all together all the time.
Where did this come from? Is this over the break? They're just suddenly buddy cops?
We could go back in and ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. Asking never hurts.
No, don't even let them see it. They don't deserve it. I'd charge them just to
Just
see
getting Will Smith and Martin Lawrence together.
I don't like it.
What are these things called? Do you remember? The artifacts themselves. Do they have a name? Beth?
Dawnspire relics?
Dawnspire relics, yes.
Well, you're muted.
Oh, let's just go in and ask what they give for a Dawnspire relic. Just arbitrarily.
I think I like where you're going.
I'm at least curious to see how much these things are worth. If we can, if I could trade one of these things for a jar of glue, what's the payoff?
So I know we have this whole thing we have to deal with down in Marcera, but if we hunt these relics, think of how much glue we could get.
That's a lot of glue.
Then
We could glue the Dawnspire, or sorry, not the Dawnspire, Silent Dark, to the ground, and then they'd just be stuck there for all eternity.
I see no problems with this bed.
Or the magic ones, we can glue their hands together so that way they can never cast spells ever again.
Tune in next week for the new Buddy Cup show. 23 and Roman stuck on you.
Marbles and madness.
He's writing that down. God's writing that down.
I walk back into Atronus Tower.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to pass this.
Did you change your mind?
No, I do have we've heard of these relics, so to speak, called Dawnspire relics. How much would something like that go for?
It depends on the relic, if you found one specifically. If I were to actually gauge a price, are you wielding Shatterstar right now?
I mean, it's probably on my back, like underneath behind the shield, so probably not clearly visible.
I would say something like 275,000 gold.
That's expensive. All right,
You just for like a bow?
If it's the bow I think you're referring to, then yes.
Tempest's ears are just red right now. Like his face is blue, and his ears are just like red into purple.
What? I'm at the docks talking to people. I'm just like, I am getting the most uneasy sensation. All right.
So
something is wrong.
Facing at a bridge was no, I'm pretty sure this is an awful feeling, and I hate what's going on. What is that feeling?
I feel like I need to lock my bow away and I don't understand.
Well, once again, this is purely out of curiosity. We've done a lot of adventuring recently, and these relics of, they're adventurers. They come up, you hear about them, and these mythic things. What would be some of the most powerful of them?
The most powerful, the Dawn.
Well, like relics. The top 3 or 4. I don't know. Just top of your head.
Oh, I have to make a history check for her.
I'm legitimately curious at this point.
How do we never think to just ask them what Dawnspire relics exist? How is this the first time we're thinking to ask that question?
Because greed. I don't know.
You don't want to meta and just be like, what are the powerful items in this game?
Yeah, like
I don't consider this meta. That's literally us being like, so out of curiosity, what should be
a good roll.
I like to.
If I were to wager what's the strongest of the Dawnspire relics, then I would definitely have to say Sunfang from Basilia. It's a rapier. Moonsong's Saya was wielded by Shalenthal. It's also a sword. It's more of a long sword style. And very likely Whisper, also Basilia.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! Better Shatterstar.
Good to know. What about like I don't know, one like Shatterstar? Where would that rank?
Oh, top 15.
If a robot could look a little disappointed, he would.
Shatterstar was really unique in that it could really destroy undead. It was especially good at that. But Whisper, it's really penultimate ability. It could cancel entire. There was rumor that Basilia was able to cancel an epic magic spell with it once.
Oh no!
So Renard's not there. Would somebody ask about the staff, please? I'm really curious.
Well, let's hope that Whisper never falls in the hands of someone that would, use it on their allies.
Yes, someone who would shoot the friends in the back. I mean, that'd be terrible.
Hey, I shot you in the front.
She's gonna make an insight check. I'm sorry. You guys need to make deception checks.
Roll make a deception with advantage because 23 is helping you.
Yep.
I like to think that Beth had this awesome thing
advantage.
from Arcera today, and then now we're just stuck at the tower just asking questions. Heisting.
You can see she narrows her eyes very slightly. Oh, by the way, this is the lady you're talking to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's see this.
Oh, all right.
Aw, she's pretty.
Zerama Utronis, yes.
The Archmage of Conjuration, one of the conservatory members.
She's not on my notes. Why are you not on my notes? Get on my notes. There she is. There is. Zerama Utronis.
Really, I've seen her. She's in.
Yeah, it's like. I was like, that's also so curious. Like, I remember her. Why is she not on my notes? But there she is.
She's gonna narrow her eyes very briefly before she'll simply shrug. Anyway, I only know of one in existence and where it is, but it's all different.
You know where one is?
Oh, it's in the castle. But Marcera.
Oh.
Oh.
Which one is in Marcera?
Brightest Song.
Who is that one wielded by?
Lara Reichfeld with the Blade of the White Queen. It's a royal weapon.
I imagine used by one of the noble families.
It's used by the queen herself. Well, will be.
Wait, I thought Reichfeld was controlled by a house of nobles, not one king or queen.
Well, the House of Nobles has a great say, but the queen is actually the one in charge. But right now, she's too young. She's only 16.
Now, when you say it's a royal weapon, does that mean you have to have nobility to use it, or is it just like it's only given to
She's going to narrow her eyes again. Please don't get any bad ideas.
Well, not. We've just, these things, I mean, you're a mage. You know that, like, arcane item stuff, it's, like, really cool stuff, so it's...
I'm not going to lie to all of you. I know who you are, and I know of your exploits in the Adanian Vale. I'm not a fool.
Okay.
So you know we're heroic people that love to help the common and...
I have an inkling of an idea of what you're going on.
We're not... I can promise you we're not going to steal it. Or try to steal it.
We're not that good yet.
We're not bad. We're not bad people.
Guys, I found Scanlan and Grog.
Yup.
Right. Well, just because, while we're on the topic, I suppose, we did, I'm sure you're aware of, because of the exploits, that we did run into Eureka Rielzar while we were on our adventures.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me of his staff?
Oh, not much, I'm afraid. I knew when he was a druid.
No ranking for it.
Top 10. Well, you just, I think I get what you're aiming at, and I see your anger. Shatterstar is a wonderful hammer, but it is specifically designed to fight the undead.
Well, so was I.
Well,
I did a damn good job of it too. You're still alive,
then it
clearly.
is in good hands. Wink, wink.
You see this world around you? You're welcome.
But Staff of Eureka I will admit I am biased as a mage. I would love to get my hands on that thing.
That worries me.
It could raise entire forests. The firestorms that thing could generate.
Yes. Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
firestorms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fun talks.
Can I interest you in that glue?
You can, just at like a different price.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, sorry, no.
Not even for the heroes of Crimson Witch.
yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
You can have it for 74,999 gold pieces.
How'd you know what I was gonna say? You could have it for 79,444 gold.
I will remember that. Remember that
Right.
price.
Write it down.
79444.
All right. Anything else of interest? Or are you guys kind of fresh out? As far as
Fresh
my
out of interest.
besides the cool glue.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I think my need for shopping has been quelled by the lack of glue, and But we at least got some good information.
All right, come on, everyone. Let's go find a bucket of water and stick your head in it.
Yep.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Tempest at the docks.
Yeah, that was a segue right
As your
there.
ears are no longer burning.
I'll just whoever I'm talking to currently be like, sorry, just the strangest sensation.
I don't even have my hands on you yet, says a dock worker.
Oh my god.
I don't even have what?
Says another dock worker.
Oh.
He doesn't have his hands on you.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna look for someone who like an older person, like who's been there like a while.
A grizzled old sailor.
A grizzled old sailor, like someone in the Port Authority who's older, yeah.
Okay. Make a investigate check with your charisma.
And this, of course, I didn't take studious side. Of course, I took silver tongue. Investigation, charisma. Just add 1 to this. I can't figure out how to do it. So 15.
Takes you about an hour. But
It's not bad actually.
looking around, talking to people. Yeah.
I'll use a little coin if I need to.
There's a roll a 1d4. You spend 2 gold.
Okay.
But you do find a very grizzled old gentleman in a yellow raincoat smoking a pipe.
Perfect. Just who I expected. I'll chat him up. Excuse me, sir. Have you been here at Baywick for a long time?
This gentleman got a real serious case of 5-head. Kind of a salt and peppered beard. Got that brown shave. Wears a pretty heavy set of glasses. Got a big grin on his face all the time. But he looks at you.
I love it.
Been here a while.
Excellent. I was curious. Do you keep records of all the ships that come through here across the years?
Sometimes. Depends on what ship, what year.
Excellent.
If you get my meaning.
Of course, I do indeed. Maybe about 18, 20 years ago, somewhere around that. Do you keep that old of stuff?
Oh, that's reaching far back. I have to go to my records office and look at that. Is there a specific ship you're wanting? And he holds out a hand. Just
Yep. I'll give him 5 gold.
tink tink. Thank you very much. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a ship known as the Tempest.
I'll check my records.
All right. I'll kind of follow him and assist as needed.
Okay. As he peruses through, approximately 19.5 years ago, 19 and a half years,
Something like that, yeah.
there is just a log. The Tempest. Docked 3 days. Picked up supplies. Departed.
And it's never come back. That's
Never
the
come
only
back.
record.
Only one ship called the Tempest been through here.
I assume it's heading to Marcera.
Doesn't say.
Fair. All right. Well, you said it stopped for 3 days for goods. Anything of note in there?
He holds up the ledger. Just that it was here, which is unusual because you look at the rest of the stuff. It's got what it did, how long it was here for. Captain Tempest was blank.
Does it have a captain name? Anything of that sort?
Blank.
Damn. I assume he's not gonna let me have a. Well, there's nothing really to keep a copy of, so I'll just be like, much appreciated. I'm going to have to. Looks like I'm going to have to investigate further. And I'll hand him another gold for his help.
Appreciate your work.
Of course, you've been nothing but assistance to me.
All
I
right.
wish you the best.
And what is Cerulean doing? Cerulean and Core walking around, going shopping.
Oh,
Just sort of going from place to place, looking at the.
Yes, Michael.
I was just gonna say I'll head to Eternus Tower after that, just in case I meet up with people.
Yeah,
I'm done.
sightseeing mostly for Core.
Yeah.
The center tree in all of its glory is starting to turn autumnal colors already. But as the day creeps along and turns into the later evening, and you all finally gather somewhere, I'm assuming probably at the center tree, it's one of the big landmarks. What would we like to do?
Sterling picks up like 2 or 3 of the fallen leaves and puts them in his pouch for later.
Delicious snack.
Pocket leaf.
So, how was everyone's day?
It was nice once I got to look around a little bit.
Good. It's a wonderful city.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
It was alright.
Press X to doubt.
You seem a bit disappointed.
No, not at all. Tempest.
I said I was going to the tower. Am I also here?
Now you're going to the tower.
Yeah, I was going to the tower immediately after the docks.
Oh. I'm sorry, this is later. What are you doing at the tower, Tempest?
I just wanted to see if I could buy some +1 ammo. I have 20 bolts +1 that I've never used because I bought them way ages ago, and they're annoying.
So naturally, you want to buy more?
I want to buy arrows this time. Trade in my bolts if I need to. Because I can't use the bolts as arrows.
See if you can do a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I bought those, and then we immediately got the guns, and immediately after that we got Whisper.
The guns that you've also not used.
Right? I gave that to Kevin though. At least it got some use.
A rack of 20 +1 arrows is 100 gold.
I will buy it, and I will sell my bolts +1 if I need to.
You will get 25. You will get. It's an exchange of 75 gold essentially.
Okay.
You lose 75 gold.
Works for
You
me.
buy it for 1/4 of the price.
I will replace my bolts +1 with arrows +1. And I'll make it to the tree now.
Okay. And as we all gather at the tree. What's next on the agenda for Misfortune?
So, Tempest,
Yes.
learn some fun facts about your bow.
Oh, I had it out at the tower. Would they have said anything?
It's approximately worth about 25,000 gold pieces.
Lovely. Good to know.
That's not true.
250,
Sorry,
I think.
You're not here,
250,000.
Dio.
Yeah.
My bad.
23 is deceiving. Don't ruin this for him.
250,000. Sorry, my bad.
Really? That much? Wow.
Yes, you could basically buy a good portion of Mossera, I imagine.
I could definitely buy Baywick at least.
Or some glue.
You could buy 3 things out of the store.
Well, that's true. The store's fucking expensive.
But we did find out that glue is very expensive. Anyways,
Sadly.
Oh yes, I saw it on sale. Expensive as shit.
yes, apparently it can do great things. They said some magic stuff that it can do. I don't know magic stuff. Roman's not too great at. Well, he can do magic, but I don't think we have the understanding.
So why are you bringing this up?
I just letting you know we found some information. I was curious about the relics that we have.
Oh. Did you find anything else about it?
There's a royal one in the city. Queen
Yeah.
has.
Yeah,
Also
there's
interesting.
another one. That
You-
apparently a royal weapon.
Yeah, you may or may not have to be of royal descent to wield it.
Renard.
How does the weapon know?
I don't know. How do weapons magic? Sure, why not?
What makes royal blood different than normal blood? Just
I don't
curious.
know.
Ask Melisandre.
It's got bubbles in it.
Renard found out yours was, did they say, used to create fire, set entire forests ablaze at one point? Is that what she
A
said?
lot of fire.
Lots of fire. Well, no, sorry, not Renard's now. Cerulean's now. My
Yes.
bad.
It can make fire. It already can do that.
More fire.
The way she made it sound was basically burn a forest to the ground.
I mean,
Storms
given
of fire.
time, he could do that.
Yes.
That's.
I'm talking like...
He like looks back at the staff on his back, a bit terrifying, but
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you just want to get rid of that burden right now and just get some glue?
Trying to make us stop it.
no.
Save the forests.
I definitely think an artifact of the Dawnspire has a lot more historical value than.
It's very dangerous, though. Just imagine they could, at the tower, they could make sure that it never hurts anyone, and we could get glue.
I can't. I've got work to do on the staff. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're not selling the Dawnspire relics for glue. Let's just put that out there right now.
It's up for like 2 or 3 glue.
Yeah, we could probably honestly get like 6 or 3 glue. Yeah, you're
We're
right.
not selling the Dawnspire relics for anything.
I wasn't planning on it. I was just entertaining the idea.
Speaking of selling magical items, though, we do still have some that we aren't using right now. We can at least get something for it if no one's going to use them.
I say we just hold on to them.
I have to agree. This tower is absolutely dreadful with pricing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been to Tron's Tower. Have I?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because as we were leaving is when we met you.
Yeah.
I saw it. I've just never been there.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, you haven't been here.
Yeah, you missed.
Well, that was Cerulean talking. It's like I've seen it when I was in town. I've just never been to it. I've been to potions. I've been to the inns. I just haven't been there. I've been to the tree, obviously.
Just imagine Zoe's looking at this map going, I need to remake this map.
No, I'm actually
beautiful.
happy with it. It's funny to see it like when I was just starting out.
Anyways, not just curious and learn some more about the artifacts. So I feel like we don't really know a whole lot about them.
Did you
Other than
pick up
they-
Did you pick up any new information about Whisper, or was it just the price?
No, they did they can apparently it can do things that could cancel magics that or she said a big magic or something like that. I can't remember.
That's impressive.
It could stop. She said it could stop the big magic, is what I remember her saying.
That sounds very impressive.
Yes, very impressive. I have much intellect in my words.
You're doing wonderful, 23.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm satisfied. Do we want to go try and get a reward for doing the thing we did in the Vale, or?
We should definitely do that. As it was mentioned by Damon, Lord Anastasia is not currently in Bailwick, but her attendant, who is in Renaud's notes, and I actually did write down the attendant's name. So give me a second to open that shit up.
Susan.
No, it's Verasakal.
Verasakal. I just fine.
Nothing
I'm
like
sure she could hand it over. I actually did want to go to the town myself and potentially see if I couldn't turn a few things in. We do have 2 wand of webs. I do not imagine we need 2 of those.
Especially now that my
some use of it.
Yeah, especially now that my cloak can use it now.
Yes.
Great.
Frost his eyes too.
Plus, I do have a number of spell books. The last time I was here, they did say there's typically these things are exceptionally rare, and I was wondering if I'm gonna be able to get some worth out of them, selling them for the tower. That way, other mages could use them in the future and not have to worry about spell scrolls to such a degree.
Oh, as you all are talking, you actually see Miss Zarama walking towards all of you, almost like a flowing trellis of red hair and a lovely green gown behind her. I almost forgot. I am so sorry. And she looked to Reynard. The young elf, Miss Silent, I believe. She has gone to Marseille as well to be training at the conservatory. She left earlier this year.
Sorry.
she will actually extend a note towards you that shows her enrollment. I personally saw to it that she was enrolled.
Look it over. I see the parents took me up on my word then. Well, it's
They did.
good she's going to be getting a proper education.
Would she have already been gone by the time when I went there during my downtime?
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. She wasn't there when I visited.
Yeah, her brother was there, but she was not.
Yeah. Still doing well.
But they finally wanted to let you know that she is fine. She is well, as they heard.
That's good.
Good day. And she will carry on walking past the tower and walking through past the center tree, going up towards, looks like she's going to the market.
I guess the tower's closed.
I guess the tower's closed. I missed my opportunity. Well, shit.
Well, no, there's other attendants there.
Closed.
There's other people who run the shops. It's the Archmage of Conjuration does have other duties.
Gotta go make more glue.
Yes. Everyone, buy whatever items you'd like at the market. Any supplies that you may want in purchasing. If there's any types of foods you want specifically, then see to them. I don't know if anyone on the boat is a particularly good cook, but I suppose we'll find out sooner than later. It'll be better
Actually,
than rations.
Bertram
certainly.
has cooking utensil proficiencies.
I'm not sure if that just gave like Reynard PTSD or not, but we'll see.
Yeah, Bertram's got cooking. I don't know why I gave him that proficiency.
Perfect. It works out in the end. He's going to earn that 3 gold a day, damn it.
Wow.
Reynard is going to make his way off to the tower now, though, because he does have a few things he wants to deal with.
Okay.
I'll tag along.
I could go for some Tagalogs. And sorry, Girl Scout cookies.
But basically, he just wants to see what the value of a wand of web is worth.
That's a common item, I believe.
It's not common. It's definitely not common. Uncommon, maybe, but definitely not common.
It is uncommon. All right.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Sorry, we're doing some math for you. It is worth to sell to you. 150 gold.
It's not bad.
That's some food money right there.
It's worth more to him to keep it right now.
Okay.
He will also present. He's going to take out 2 spellbooks. He has 3 Devastator spellbooks. He's going to take 2 of them out and set them on the counter. And the last time I was here, there was a horrifying lack of spellbooks for wizards to study from here at the tower. And I mentioned that the next time one came into my possession, I imagine it might be quite valuable to the academy should I present it. And he will just kind of turn them around. What would these be worth to you?
The attendant will look through them. May I?
Sure. They have Fog Cloud, Magic Missile, Thunderwave, Gust of Wind, Acid Arrow, Scorching Ray, Fireball.
Is it the Devastator spellbook?
Yes.
Yes.
Fireball, Fly, Lightning Bolt, and Ice Storm.
Oh, altogether, I would say, he seems to be using a catalog. Oh, it's all 3 of them. 2,500 gold for the 3.
Well, I wasn't going to sell all 3 of them. I was just going to sell 2 of them.
Oh. Well, in that case, it would be about 1,750 for the 2.
Deal. And I will absolutely sell that, sir.
Okay.
Add that to my sheet. And the last item I have is a little more, well, let's just say it's specialized. And I'm going to take out the Tome of Clear Thought and set that on the counter. This book, as you might imagine, it is a book that the studious exercises allow the individual to become more intelligent. Admittedly, the magic has been used, but it does regenerate. And in 100 years, it'll be capable of teaching out. Now, I'm not going to live that long, so I don't imagine I'll be able to get much more use out of it, but I imagine its value to the conservatory might be quite extensive, considering in 100 years someone could get a lot of use out of it.
$10,000.
Kind of considers that for a moment. What am I thinking? I'm never going to use it again. And he'll slide that across the counter and he will take that as well.
So will he. He will slide you almost like a credit chip at this point because he's handing over 10,000.
Can I get this in platinum, please?
Yeah, well, he's handing you as equivalently 1,000 platinum coins in it. You're handing coffers at this point.
Yes, I know. Reynard has just made bank, guys. It has been a pleasure doing business with you, and I hope those books help somebody. Make sure they don't go to somebody who's going to misuse them. I know some aspiring...
I can't speak for how things will be in a century from now, but I will do my best.
Well, my concern is more some aspiring wizard thinking he's going to learn lightning bolt and then he sets a building on fire.
I'm going to laugh if in campaign 2, mark this, guys, campaign 2, you guys come back to Baowick and that book is going to be there.
While he was selling this stuff, I was just kind of looking at their stock, seeing what they had, since I've never been here before.
Let me check my inventory.
I'll help you and kind of point things out and just be like, yes, over here, there.
Let's see. Today they have a bunch of stuff. Is there something specific you're looking for?
Nothing in specific. I've just, like I said, this is Cerulean's first time actually being in here, just sort of seeing what they have. He's attracted to brand new and fresh magic items.
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm bringing it up right now. I didn't make a handout for Baowick. I didn't expect you guys to go out that way.
It's all good.
It's
This is the end of life. 2 weeks to prepare, and the players will still somehow manage to do something that you did not
That's not true.
anticipate.
That's not true. I expected you to go to Baowick. I didn't expect you to go to
shopping.
We just got paid, technically. Well, last session we just got paid 15 or 17,000 gold pieces. So
yeah. And the laundry stock was good, but it didn't have a lot of specific items we wanted.
Honestly, but when we get to Marcera, it'll probably be a better selection, but still.
Yeah, don't spend all your money now, guys.
Yeah, that's why I'm just kind of glancing.
And Connor, just so you can go ahead and mark this off while she's doing this, I'm going to put 1,500 of that into the party loot purely for expenses for the Dawn Runner.
1,500 gold pieces.
1,500 gold, yes.
Very nice.
Okay, I will add that.
Yeah, those were the spell books. We all work to get those. It makes sense that should all go into the party loot.
Gosh darn it. I need to refresh roll 20. It glitched on me for a second.
Then the rest of are you just keeping the other 9,500 in your room or something like that?
Yes, that platinum is staying with Reinhardt.
Okay.
He has the strength to carry that, and when he puts it back, he is going to put it back in his nice, safe safe.
Oh, Tamaray's.
So you're giving me 150 platinum then to put in the safe?
Yes, I gave you 150 platinum for loot expenses.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, that way we shouldn't have to worry about that for a while now.
There we go.
Thank you. Oh, I actually like this table that you have set up. It's very nice.
Oh, wow. I saw something I liked. I'm like, oh, right. No, I know what rarity that is. We're going to move on.
Which one did you see?
A Scarab of Protection.
Oh, that's what I was looking at too.
That's legendary gear.
You can open it up to see the price.
Price is actually on the right.
We could probably actually use some more potions, considering I think we've used all of them.
Truth.
Reynard still has one.
Ladies and gentlemen, shopping episode.
You didn't expect it, but here we are.
We battled a rock, guys. We did great. Let's there's a Rod of the Pack Keeper in there too, dude. If you have this is kind of expensive. Damn, that's a shame.
I'm just gonna write in chat what I want to buy.
Oh yeah, that's way out of the price range probably.
I have to double check what. No, he wouldn't bother using that. Oh, that's so tempting now.
It'd be nice, but
I'm spending some of this money I got.
No.
Get myself some potions.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything in here. I will buy. I'm gonna buy 4 potions of healing. If they have access to 4, that is.
I was about to say, is there like a stock on these, or is
Yeah,
it?
the stock is what you can see. It's each one is
Oh.
individual.
Mm.
Oh, so they have 1 potion of healing for sale,
Oh.
and that's
Remember,
it.
remember, guys, we can still go to potions 11.
I will buy a singular potion
I
of
love
greater
that
healing.
name.
Then
I love that name.
I'm not.
You and your punny locations.
It's good.
Oh, wait till you get back to Marcera.
Oh Lord. I'll pass on the potion of superior healing. Can I get a potion of greater healing, please?
Of course.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And I will spend my 150.
I'm sure I'm gonna not like the answer, but I would inquire about the pact or the rod of the pact keeper.
The price is on there.
Is it?
No, if you open it all.
I have to open it all the way. Okay.
Yeah,
Just scroll it over. You can expand it sideways.
Pact. It's
12,000.
1,200. Yeah, 12,000.
12,000.
Okay, cool. I didn't know it was like that way. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Renaud would just want to pick up 4 potions of healing, and I think that's it.
Oh, contingency though.
I could also grab the scroll of animate dead. That could be fun. That'd be a terrible idea.
Do you say that out loud next to Reynard?
I don't. I'm just saying that as Michael.
I'm surprised that's even on that list, considering what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well aware of what Renard would think if I even tried using that.
I don't see anything on here, but that's fine. Let me see if I got anything I can sell.
Just for the sake of this, I'll also say I'm going to mark off 500 gold pieces for Spell Ink. Do I get a discount on that being a conservatory member?
Yeah, you get a 10% discount.
So basically get 550 worth. Okay. Because I'll still spend the 500.
All right.
I think I'm pretty much good at this point.
Everybody else done shopping?
Yeah, I'm good.
Daisy Kitten, come say hi to the people. All right then. I think as you all finish your shopping, where are we going to go next?
Potions 11 if people want to get more potions.
Yeah.
How about half of us go to potions 11, the other half go talk to the Anastasia's current stand-in.
Sure. I've already purchased my potions, so I can go there if nobody else wants to.
I will follow you, Renaud.
You were able to collect from the major domo 2,500 gold apiece.
Well, that was easy. Guys, it was that simple.
Why didn't we just do that first? I will put my 2,500 in the party loot for now.
Are you keeping track that you have it in there, or are you just donating it?
Well, it'll be. I'll hold on to it. Actually, I'll just wait till we get in the. Well, no, I'll keep track of it.
Okay. Because keep your personal stuff because the party loot's kind of designed to for this is what we have to spend as a party, not as.
Oh well, no, if that's
individuals.
the case. Then yeah, no, I'll contribute that to the party fund. That way I can touch into it later on.
Yeah, and keep if it's a matter of weight, you have a room now to put your stuff in. You don't have to worry about carrying it around in your backpack all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, and I can always arcane lock a door for you if you want me to. Or if you want to, say, buy a chest while we're in town so you have something to put it in.
No, but does my room have a chest?
I don't remember if they had a chest or not, but I remember Reynard specifically bought a chest for his room, so if you want to get one that's got a good lock and stuff on it.
I'm honestly wait till Marcera for that then, because they'll probably find a good chest there.
Sure.
Just for now, I'll put in the party loot, but I know I've got 2,500 in there right now.
All right, we're going to potions 11.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a storm cloud, so I lose power, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm gonna get stormed on this Saturday. Fun.
All right.
Ocean's 11 sells magical gear?
It does have some.
Why do we never check? He's got a wand of fucking smiles.
It's
Also-
very, very minor magical gear, but
Yeah, I
In
think
this
we
building?
checked before.
Oh, hello, my friends. It's Kevin.
What?
Kevin, what
How
are you
did you-
doing here?
I am
Where do
studying.
You're studying here. Why didn't you just say you were coming here?
I am studying things I want to know.
That helps, I guess.
That sounds like Kevin.
I am sorry I could not come with you. I have things I have to do here.
That's fine, I suppose.
Can we get a discount, Kevin?
He'll look towards Spencer. I do not think he will let you do that. To which Sebastian will go, I don't do that.
Fine.
It's really funny that you guys happen to come here.
Is this the long-term plan?
It was. He was going to be working with Sebastian for a while.
Makes sense considering what he did before.
I will. What is a? No, I don't need a wand. I'll take a potion of superior and just regular healing.
Someone is interested in that wand of binding.
Yeah, I was
Renard is
looking at
actually
it.
looking at as well.
Yeah.
The potions of healing are 50 gold apiece.
What about superior?
400.
That's perfectly fine. I'll do it.
Wait, Supreme is 400?
No, superior.
Superior.
Oh, it says 450.
Oh,
on
I'm
here.
sorry. I thought that was greater. 1,200.
What?
What? That's. Oh my god.
For the superior, it was 450 at the tower.
Good thing we're shopping around.
I will take 2 potions of healing then.
I'm sorry. I'm getting my things.
Supreme is
yeah,
the highest.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, 450.
450.
There it
So
is, okay.
so it'd be 500 gold then for both of them.
Mhm.
For 50. Okay, cool.
Whew. Got very
I was-
confused for a second.
I was like, okay, I just got a downgrade then.
Go back to the other store.
I will inquire how much that wand of binding is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like that.
Checking up my notes. It is marked at 9,000.
Wow.
So,
Renard will nod that it is worth it, but a little rich for his taste.
I would like to know about this wand of smiles.
Oh no.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
There it is.
The one
Probably
that
super-
smiles, the target has to make a save or be forced to smile for 1 minute. It is valued at it's 300 gold.
Score just slaps money down on them. It's mine.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're just gonna hear from somewhere in 23's room just the unsettling sound of metal creaking.
Excellent. Given that Cor buys that, she would look through the potions a little bit and said, and I might, and I don't want to use it, but one day I just might need that potion of invulnerability. What is it running at?
Sorry, doing my math.
That's okay.
This
Involves so
portion,
much math.
This portion of the shopping episode is brought to you by waiting.
By glue.
Everyone has
Be
to
nice.
do it by glue.
The potion of vulnerability is marked at 4,000 gold.
400, you said?
4,000.
4,000.
400.
4 doesn't have that much.
The one thing that's not invulnerable is our coin purses.
So, just out of my curiosity, this potion of vulnerability, does it actually make you invulnerable to everything? What does it do?
No, it will make you extremely resistant to all forms of damage for a little while.
Ah,
I already do that. I just get angry.
Not all of us can get angry, though.
We'll just get angry. It's really easy.
If you haven't noticed, I've fallen face first after every dragon encounter.
So what you should do then is get angry, and you'll be fine.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
it's a powerful potion, Cole, but that's a lot of money to invest into something for one use.
Oh, it is. I don't have that much, so it's not in my ability to purchase.
Well, I appreciate the idea that a preventative is far better than a patchwork job, but some potions will help keep us alive.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right.
Good.
As you depart from Potions 11, the air is cool and crisp as night has fallen. Where would you like to go?
So, I guess we leave in the morning.
Do we want to reduce the size of guardsmen on the Dawn Runner? Now that we've hired 10, I do feel like that may be a little extravagant.
Do you want to leave him here, or do you want to leave him in Marcera?
I would say it would be fair if we paid some coin for them to get back to Crimson Witch if they so desired, or maybe they want to shop. Yeah, they're sailors, so they may be used to this sort of thing. But regardless, it seems like more than we could ever really need.
I agree with that. Especially Marcera's got a good guard, and I'm sure the things will be fine.
Remember, we do need.
Sorry.
So you're talking bring it down to 5, possibly?
It would be far more manageable on our funds as well.
To
And we
be
have
fair-
Bertram and Zatarian on it.
Yeah, but to be fair, we do need a man or two per ballista at least, plus doing other things.
Well, we only have 3 ballistas, so 5, I think, more than covers it.
Is it 1 or 2 man to run a ballista?
Well, out of game in a turn, if we have 2 men in ballista, 1 can load, 1 can fire.
Oh.
We have 7 crew members, technically.
Yes. So with 5 and Bertram, that's 6 total on deck at any given time.
You'll have Sertarian as well next week.
And Zatarian to help as well.
Why not just make it even 6? That way they can, if they have to do patrols or anything, they can go in 2s.
I was thinking that, but I was also thinking Bertram might be able to pull up the slack. And also, it's a lot easier to do math for 5 people. But if we want to do 6, we can handle 6. It's not that much more.
Let's cut it to 5. If we need to go up, we can go up.
All right.
Congratulations, you've been hired for a week, and now you're going home.
I feel really bad about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got into the harbor.
We'll just say this was a trial run, and that we will cover if anyone wants to return to Crimson Witch, because I don't imagine there's many sailors in Crimson Witch. I'm surprised we managed to find as many as we did. We can.
They weren't really sailors; they were just people that helped you make the ship.
We'll cover.
Now you can actually pick up sailors.
We can bury them like they did in the Egyptian tombs. Once they're done their work, we'll just get rid of them.
We just fly up. So we're firing 4 of you. Please line up on the side of the boat so we can push you off. That's just tradition with airships. Not yet.
Affixing a chain to a ballista. Like, we should fix this.
Why we can't get anybody to get hired for us?
Or has promised us this is how it was done in the olden days.
It happens so often. Some random farmer looks up, like, oh, someone got fired again.
Literally.
And with that prospect, I will say you guys are able to fire 5 of them. Without
And
any
I
issue.
will.
I like the
just for
term
that,
lay off.
Since there's 5, I will pay each of them
Furloughed.
4 gold pieces for their troubles in getting back to back to Crimson Witch or whatever for their time, basically.
Okay.
That'll ease the pain since it's a month's travel.
Did we
Basically,
get fired?
With 4 gold pieces, I just paid them 20 days' work, so like they should be happy with that.
Let's go spend it on booze.
Sure, have fun, guys.
Accurate.
All right.
Well, if nothing else, go to bed.
As you all return to the Dawn Runner, I will call it for the night.
Good
All
call.
right.
I hope everybody had a wonderful time. I know that I did. I'm glad to be back. You guys handle that fight rock solidly.
Oh, boo hiss. Dwayne does not appreciate.
Yeah, but
You
you
rock-
smell how that rock was cooking.
We rock and rolled that fight.
Stop!
I love it. All right, everybody. I think it's it. You have another announcements, and wish you all good night and stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay inside.
I'm glad that's catching on. I'm glad my catchphrase is catching on. Stay safe.